Brett Meyer and the Pippins are teaming up to strike out 100 this season. For every strikeout Pippins pitchers recorded home this year, Brett Meyer and the Pippins will each donate $6 to a local food bank to help provide meals to those in need. Let's rack up K's and knock down 100 in the Yakima Valley. Pippins fans, the care team at Lincoln Avenue Medical Dental Center believes that you and your baby deserve more than just medical support. Our care team support moms with medical and dental health, nutrition, and behavioral health. Visit us at the Mother's Lounge next to the box office. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Levitan, and on behalf of the Yakima Valley Pippins, players, coaches, management, and staff, we welcome you to the Orchard for Titan Ciderworks Night as the Victoria HarbourCats take on your Yakima Valley Pippins. Titan Ciderworks is a proud sponsor of Pippins baseball and is providing souvenir sunglasses to the first 500 fans. It also has free cider samples for guests 21 and older, and let's be smart tonight. Now, fans, the ceremonial first apple celebrates one of the elements that makes Central Washington such an important part of the Pacific Northwest. From Crossett to Grielle and from Ellensburg to Goldendale, apple trees line the highways of the valley. The Yakima Valley is the state's leader in apple production and the heart of the greatest apple region in the world. Throwing out tonight's first apple is Marcus Robert of Titan Ciderworks. Take it away, Marcus.
Another spectacular night for baseball in the Yakima Valley, and it's time for the Pippins and the Victoria HarbourCats in the second of a short little midweek two-game series here at the Orchard. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to our live audio and video broadcast here on PippinsBaseball.com/live of the Yakima Valley Pippins and the Victoria HarbourCats in the second of two meetings in this little two-game midweek series in early June, and the second of 6 meetings on the season between the two North Divisional rivals. I'm Miles Klotz. Glad to have you with me for the action tonight here on PippinsBaseball.com/live. Big shout out to Austin and Dakota running the controls and the camera for us on the video side of things. They'll be helping out on that regard. In our last game of a 5-game season opening homestand, the Pippins hit the road tomorrow morning, head out to Bellingham, Washington for a 3-game series with the Bellingham Bells. They took their first road series of the year last week before the weekend in Ridgefield, and now they'll head north for the first time in 2019 to take on a North Division team on the road, the Bellingham Bells. But first, they'll try to make it 5 in a row against North Division teams here at home and try to wrap off a perfect 5-0 homestand as they take on the Victoria HarbourCats. And we take a look back at yesterday's game, a game in which the Pippins pitched great again, got early offense, and led pretty much the whole way through. 4-2, the final score against Victoria in a game that took just 2 hours and 8 minutes. A lot of balls in play. It went by really, really fast, and this is a team that's playing with a ton of confidence right now. Just talking with some of the guys on the team, you can tell there's a lot of good vibes and good energy flowing throughout the clubhouse, and that's leading over into good performance during the games so far this season. It was a great pitching performance from Mark Wenatchee out of the bullpen. What more can you say about him? Threw 42 of his 57 pitches for strikes over 5 scoreless innings, was 2 over the minimum, with a single in the center field and an error by first baseman Daniel Cipriano. Didn't walk a batter, struck out a pair, picked up his second win of the season. Joe Magrisi allowed 2 runs over 4 innings in his start, struck out 6. And the offense came in the first inning with 3 runs. A Henry Gargis RBI single the opposite way, and then a 2-run single softly into center field by Tanner Parker. And just like that, the Pippins had gotten themselves out of a 1-0 hole that they fell to in the top of the first. Right-hander Aaron Celestino was the starting pitcher for Victoria, and he allowed those 4 runs over 5 innings on 8 hits and 3 strikeouts to pick up his first loss of the year. The Pippins only got 8 hits. They didn't score after the second inning. They only had 1 base runner after the third inning. But you have to be encouraged about the way the offense has been playing over the last couple of games. Runs have been at a premium, but the Pippins seem to be saving them all up for the right times, and the pitching staff has just done a fantastic job. They still have not allowed more than 3 runs in a game this season, and we're headed into game number 8. That is unfathomable. A team ERA right now of 1.89. Talking with pitching coach Rob Hippie, and he said there's no way that stays. Well, you keep thinking that, but it seems like this team is just determined not to give up a whole lot of runs. Even in their only loss this year to Ridgefield, they gave up 3 runs, and they still, even with all this, don't have the best record in the WCL. That belongs to the Walla Walla Sweets, who are 6-0 and are in non-league action this week against the Highline Bears. They are back in West Coast League action tomorrow, as are all other 11 teams in the WCL. But the Pippins 4-0 at home this season send the left-hander Mark Finklenberg to the mound. He is without a decision this year, 4.9 earned run average. 3 2/3 innings of work, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for the left-hander out of Portland, Oregon, a rising 50-year senior at Loyola Marymount University. Making his second start of the year, he last pitched on Saturday against Wenatchee. Took a no decision after going 3 2/3, allowing 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Dylan Larson, an Ellensburg native, the left-hander, making the start for Victoria. He's making his second appearance of the season. Took a no decision in his first start on Friday against Corvallis. Went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. But the Victoria HarbourCats fell late in that contest, and he took a no decision. Meeting at the plate now between the 2 managers, Marcus McKimmey for the Pippins and Todd Haney for the Victoria HarbourCats. So we'll take this time to take a short break, and when we return, it'll be time for the starting lineups here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
One, two, 1-2. What is going on? I have no idea what's going on because out. Okay, I just reloaded it. Let's see. Okay, should be good now. Let's try going back. Back here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network, just sorting out some technical difficulties here at County Stadium. Apologies for those. Let's take a look at our starting lineups here at Yakima County Stadium. Beginning with the visiting Victoria HarbourCats, 3-4 on the season, 2-2 away from Royal Athletic Park. They are currently sitting in 4th place in the WCL North Division with a record of 3-4, 3 games back of the Pippins, and they lead off with the second baseman Parker Bramlett. Center fielder Nick Playa bats second. Griffin Paxton, the third baseman, hits third. Joe Butler, the right fielder, is the cleanup batter. Emilio Nogales, the first baseman, hits fifth. Matt Clayton, the DH, batting sixth. Tyler Pettit, the catcher, bats seventh. Ty Schindel, the left fielder, bats eighth. And Trevor Parro, making his WCL debut, is the shortstop and bats out of the sixth spot. Again, that's Bramlett, Playa, and Paxton, Butler, Nogales, and Clayton, Pettit, Schindel, and Parro, with the left-hander, Dylan Larson on the mound for Victoria. As for the Pippins, coming in with a record of 6-1, a game and a half up on Port Angeles and Bellingham in the West Coast League North Division, and they lead off with the left fielder Tyler Pittman. Owen Cobb, the shortstop, hits second. Daniel Cipriano, the designated hitter, bats third. Henry Gargas is the first baseman, batting fourth. Spencer Bramwell makes his Pippins debut at third base, batting fifth. Christian Padilla hits out of the sixth spot and plays right field. Luke Schwartz in center field, batting seventh. Justin Lutz is the 8-hole hitter, playing catcher, and Tanner Parker, the second baseman, batting ninth. Again for the Pippins, Pittman, Cobb, and Cipriano, Gargas, Bramwell, and Padilla, Schwartz, Lutz, and Parker, with the left-hander Mark Finklenberg on the mound for his second start of the year. Got a no decision in his last start on Saturday against Wenatchee, and he'll be looking to pick up his first win of the season here in front of the home fans after making his first appearance here at home on Saturday. Rest of the starting pitchers for the upcoming next couple of games for the Pippins, they'll send 3 more lefties to the mound over their next 3 games, starting with Cameron Liss tomorrow in Bellingham to open up the series, and then it will be Darius Garcia making his Pippins debut on Saturday with a start against the Bells, and then on Sunday the Pippins will wrap up the series with their opening day starter, who'll be making his 3rd start of the season with left-hander Dylan Barkley, who will be working on a week's rest at that point. We take a look at the slate of games around the West Coast League today. Port Angeles wraps up their series in Wenatchee. The winner of that game wins the series. Ridgefield looks for the sweep against Portland on the road at Walker Stadium, and Bellingham looks to take the series sweeping from Cowlitz with a first pitch coming up in about 5 minutes in Bellingham. The Pippins' opponent for this weekend, and that's going to be a key series because the Bells a pretty good chance they're in second place, a half game or a game and a half back of the Pippins. If the Pippins win today and the Bells win, it'll be a game and a half ahead of the Bells headed into tomorrow. If the Pippins win, or if the Pippins lose and the Bells win, they'll only be a half game up. So this could be a big series coming up in Bellingham this weekend for the Pippins and the Bells. And now they're about to introduce the starting lineups here at County Stadium, and then it'll be time for the national anthem. We'll take a look at the standings in the West Coast League. Starting with the North Division, the Pippins on top at 6-1. They're a game and a half ahead of Port Angeles at 5-3 and Bellingham at 5-3. Victoria 3-4, 3 games back. Wenatchee at 2-6, they're 4.5 games back. And Kelowna at 1-5, also 4.5 games back. Kelowna has the night off. In the South Division, Walla Walla 6-0 in West Coast League play. Ridgefield a game back at 6-2. Portland is 3-5, they're 4 games back. Bend 2-4, they're also 4 games back. Corvallis 2-4, they are also 4 games back. And Cowlitz at 2-6, they are 5 games back. So early on, looks like the North Division in some of those early cross-divisional matchups has had the South Division's number, but it's still early, and things will certainly even themselves out over the first half and second half of this season. As they're going through the starting lineups here with our PA announcer at Yakima County Stadium. Again, the Pippins on the road this weekend in Bellingham. 6:35 first pitch tomorrow, then a 6:35 first pitch on Saturday, and then a 1 o'clock first pitch, 1:05 on Sunday as the Pippins wrap up the series in the Northwest, the northwesternmost team in the contiguous United States in the West Coast League in Bellingham, not too far from the border with Canada. We're about to have the national anthem here at County Stadium, so we'll take a quick break and be back with first pitch after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases, old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Pippins. Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley, your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware. Hardware supplies and competitive prices.
Back here at County Stadium in Yakima as the Pippins and the Victoria HarbourCats get set for Game 2 of a little mini two-game series here against the HarbourCats to start the North Division slate in the 2019 season. And the Pippins taking on Victoria. We take one last look at the Victoria lineup with Parker Bramlett, Nick Playa, and Griffin Paxton to lead it off. Then Joe Butler, Emilio Nogales, Matt Clayton, and Tyler Pettit, Ty Schindel, and Trevor Parro to round out the lineup. The Todd Haney 9 today for the HarbourCats. And the tall left-hander, Mark Finklenberg, gets the start for the Pippins. Took a no decision in his last start on Friday. 3 2/3 innings, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Walked a pair and struck out for a 6'8", 205-pound left-hander out of Portland, Oregon, and Loyola Marymount University. And he faces right-handed hitting Parker Bramlett to lead things off. Bramlett hitting 3 for 15 to start the year, no homers and an RBI. Was not in the lineup yesterday, his first appearance of this two-game set. And he digs in from the right side, the HarbourCats in their road blue uniforms. White numbers, no trim, and the traveling gray pants. So the first pitch from Finklenberg. Fastball off the outside for ball one. First pitch coming in here at 6:39 Pacific time, local time here in Yakima. The 1-0 pitch from the tall lefty. That one's hit the opposite way into right field for a base hit. Line drive base knock for Parker Bramlett, and he gets his first outing of the day started, his first at-bat with a base hit into right field, and it'll bring up Nick Playa with a man on. Playa for the HarbourCats, playing in center field, a right-handed hitter. Just started here in the top of the first, no score, a man on first for Victoria with that one's fouled back, 0-1. Playa 2 for 15 on the year. No homers, no RBIs for the former Pippin. Finklenberg out of the stretch, delivers the 0-1, And that one's hit high in the air. Should be playable for Parker. Second baseman jogs out in a shallow right center, calls off Padilla, and puts it away for the first out. As we take a look at the defense behind Mark Finklenberg for the Pippins. Left to right in the outfield, it's Tyler Pittman, Luke Schwartz, and Christian Padilla. Spencer Bramwell makes his Pippins debut at third. Owen Cobb, the shortstop. Tanner Parker, the second baseman. Henry Gargis at first base. And Justin Lutz behind the plate doing the catching for Mark Finklenberg. First left-handed batter in the lineup for the HarbourCats, Griffin Paxton, and he watches a fastball dot the outside corner for a strike 0-1. Paxton hitting .364, no homers, 2 RBIs, on a 6-game hit streak to start the year. 1 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout and a run scored. Runner takes off, the pitch is a breaking ball up high. Lutz fakes a throw, but with the slow curve, there was no way he was going to get him there. And the stolen base for Parker Bramlett puts a man in scoring position with 1 out. And a scoreless ball game here in the top of the first inning. Lefty versus lefty, wide open stance from the left side for Paxton. Pitch on the outside corner, a fastball for strike 2, 1-2. Paxton yesterday was the designated hitter, gets the start at third base today for the HarbourCats, who come into today 3-4 on the year, looking to get back to 500. And a win would put them just 2 games back of the Pippins in the North Division. 2-strike offering, lined right towards second. Parker snags out of the air, flips it to Cobb at second, double play. Bramlett got greedy, went off on first contact, and he gets doubled off to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the first, no score here at County Stadium on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Town Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Pippins getting set to take their first cuts against the tall left-hander out of Ellensburg, Washington, Dylan Larson. 6'5", 225 pounds. Took a no decision in his last start on Friday against Corvallis. 5 shutout innings. Allowed 1 walk, struck out 8, and gave up 3 hits. And he faces the Pippins order announced by manager Marcus McKimmey that starts with Tyler Pittman, Owen Cobb, and Daniel Cipriano here in the first. Then Henry Gargis, Spencer Bramwell, Christian Padilla, Luke Schwartz, Justin Lutz, and Tanner Parker. Tall lefty Larson, a native of Ellensburg, went to Ellensburg High School and spent his freshman year at Central Washington before a year in the junior college ranks and then a year just now at Virginia Tech. And he gets the final sign from home plate umpire Bernard Sherman to toss it on down to second. The field umpire today is Mike Potetto. The two switch sides from yesterday. And now we're ready to go as Justin Jacobs, Pippin's first base coach, runs down to take his spot in the first base coaching box. And Tyler Pittman, the first to bat for the Pippins. Right-handed hitting left fielder today. Off to a 3-0-4 start for the year on the offensive side. No homers and 4 RBIs. Pippins nothing, and the HarbourCats nothing here in the bottom of the first. Shielding bunt, third baseman Griffin Paxton is in on the grass. Left-hander with a belt tie set, and the first pitch. A changeup on the outside corner for strike one. Set, and the 0-1 pitch. Pittman watches a fastball fly on the outside edge for strike two. 0-2 on Tyler. 3 lefties in the lineup today against the left-hander Larson, 2 of whom are down at the very bottom of the order, 8 and 9, with Justin Lutz and Tanner Parker. As the 0-2. Just outside with a fastball, 1-2. Some of the HarbourCats wanted that call. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pittman, native of Kansas City. With an open stance from the right side, the infield backed up. Everybody straight away defensively. 1-2. Breaking ball, just outside ball 2, with a curveball. And the HarbourCats dugout is chomping out some words for Bernard Sherman. On a pitch that just missed on the outer edge. Left-hander readies, just below the belt. Now the 2-2. That's ball 3. Down low the fastball, and from 0-2, Tyler Pittman takes 3 really close pitches to work the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. In the bottom of the first inning, no score. 406 to dead center here at County Stadium. 375 to right center, 365 to left center. 293 down the lines, but it quickly juts out to 330. 3-2. That one's hit in the air down the right field line. Long run for Butler, back into his left. He turns, looks up, and it is foul. A home run about 3 feet to the right of the green foul pole down the right field line. And Tyler Pittman will have to wait at least one more pitch before his first home run in a Pippins uniform. That one was really close. Had distance, was hit well, but clearly foul, as it just curved too much off to the right. Another payoff pitch. Pittman working a good at-bat to lead off this bottom of the first, no score. Here's the pitch. That one's popped foul, again out of play off to the right. Stays 3-2. Nobody on, nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Pippins turned a 4-6 double play on a hard line out, catching Parker Bramlett too far off the bag as he was off on first contact with 1 out on a hard liner. Another 3-2. Curveball, inside ball 4. And Tyler Pittman draws an 8-pitch leadoff walk here in the home half of the first inning. Pippins have their first base runner.
Now batting for the Pippins, the shortstop, number 2, Owen Cobb.
Brings up Owen Cobb, right-handed hitting shortstop out of Stanford. Man on first, nobody out. No score, bottom of the first inning. Third baseman Paxton parallel with the bag. First baseman Emilio Nogales holds the runner Pittman, who has a sizable lead, but was without a steal this year. Pitch taken down and in with a slider. Tried to go backdoor and missed too far inside. 1-0 to Cobb, who is hitting .400 this year. 1 home run, 6 RBIs, although he did go 0 for 4 yesterday. First game this season in which he did not collect a base hit. Middle infield, not a double play depth. Playing Cobb pretty much straight up. Second baseman Bramlett's a little bit closer to the bag, as Cobb watches a fastball at the knees for a strike, 1-1. The full defense behind Dylan Larson, it's Ty Schindel in left, Nick Playa in center, Joe Butler in right, Paxton the third baseman, Trevor Parra the shortstop, Parker Bramlett is at second, Emilio Nogales off of first, and Tyler Pettit doing the catching for the lanky left-hander. 1-1 with 1 on, nobody out, no score, bottom first. Delivery, fastball up and away, 2-1 to Owen Cobb. 6th in the West Coast League with his 6 RBIs. Has 3 extra base hits this year, a double, a triple, and a homer. Any variety of those would score the speedy Pittman from first. The outfield normal depth straight away. on a day that has a slight breeze but not a lot of wind. 2-1. That one's chopped left side through the 5-6 hole, past the diving Paro, and into left field for a base hit. Owen Cobb with a single, and the first two men have reached here in the bottom of the first for Daniel Cipriano.
Now batting for the Pippins, the designated hitter number 36, Daniel Cipriano.
Cipriano hits here with 2 on, nobody out, no score bottom of the first. Hitting .379 this year, a homer and 4 runs batted in. The left-hander Dylan Larson off the first base side of the rubber. Works out of the stretch for the second consecutive batter. Neither runner being held. Here's the first pitch. Cipriano takes a slider that nearly hit him in the face as he turned out of the way of that breaking ball. And the count 1-0, and the command issue is a long-documented problem for Larson. 6 walks in 3 1/3 innings this year at Virginia Tech. Nearly a walk an inning when he was a freshman at Central Washington. Shrugs his shoulders, now sets below the belt. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's ripped right back up the middle, past Paro's diving into center field. Pittman gets the wave around third. Playa loses the ball in center field. Pittman scores easily. Cobb goes to third. Cipriano reaches second. It's an RBI single for Daniel Cipriano, and the Pippins are on the board. It's 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Fifth RBI this year for big Daniel Cipriano out of Montana State Billings. Right back up the middle with a single. And advanced up to second on that misplay in center field by Nick Playa. That's going to be scored an E8. So Pittman scores, and it's 1-0 Pippins. Corners come in here with the left-handed batting Henry Gargas to the plate. Nobody out, 2 runners in scoring position. Larson's first pitch. Gargas fouls this back off to the left and out of play towards the parking lot 0-1. Larson again didn't give up an earned run in his first start of the year. So far today, he's given up an earned run before he's recorded an out. Lefty sets, and the 0-1 pitch to Gargas. Breaking ball up high, 1-1. Henry 2 for 15, no homers, 2 RBIs. Did have an RBI single the opposite way in the first inning yesterday. A fairly similar situation to this as well. But if Larson's been paying attention, he knows that Gargas' kryptonite's been those outside breaking balls. 2 in scoring position, no outs. Pippins lead by a run, bottom first. Larson with a 1-1. And he went with the outside breaking ball, sweeping, and Gargas swung and missed for strike 2. Gargas, big power, but without a homer this year. Now full-time with the Pippins after his high school career came to an end. Graduated from A.C. Davis. One of the best players to come out of the Valley in a long time. The 1-2. Another breaking ball. He did get a piece of this one. It was a little high, left up, and he hit it right back to the backstop. Stays 1-2. Inning started with a Tyler Pittman 8-pitch walk. And he nearly had a home run, too, in that at-bat. Owen Cobb singled, Daniel Cipriano singled, an error moved them both into scoring position. And now a 1-2 count on Gargas, looking to extend this 1-0 Pippins lead. Larson readies. And delivers another 2-strike pitch to Gargas. Breaking ball, called strike 3 at the belt. And the first out recorded by Dylan Larson is a backwards K to Henry Gargas, 1 down. Brings up Spencer Bramwell, making his Pippins debut. First at-bat for the big hulking right-hand batter. Out of Colorado Mesa University, just arrived in town today. 5'11", 210, big power from the right side. Good batting practice display earlier today. First pitch, takes a fastball away for ball 1. A little late to getting in because, well, for good reason. Colorado Mesa was in the Division II national title game, which they lost to the University of Tampa. Two in scoring position, one out. 1-0 Pippins lead in the first. Lefty delivers, and Bramwell hits this down the first base line, but it curls foul and skips into the Victoria bullpen down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bramwell hit .371 for Mesa this spring. 15 doubles, 7 homers, 46 RBIs. And despite all that, he only struck out 15% of the time. Even count here, 1-1. Cobb off third, Cipriano off second with 1 down. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball. Real good curve there from Larson, and it's 1-2. Well, Dylan Larson's location of the breaker has not been 100% today, but when he's thrown it for strikes, he's been tough to pick up. Base hit could make this a 3-run game, as it was yesterday in the first inning, a 3-run bottom of the first, although it was only a 2-run game. A 1-2. Breaking ball hit down the third base line. That is a foul ball. Marcus McKimmey didn't like it, but that one was pretty clear foul. Maybe a foot to the left of the chalk. And Bramwell hit that hard, and what would have been a double instead turns into a foul ball. So it stays 1-2, 1 out, 2 on. 1-0 Pippins bottom first. Bramwell will be a junior in the fall, out of Southern California. Only played in 14 games as a freshman, 24 at-bats, but really stepped up this spring. And he's playing third base today, but he can also catch. That was his main position with the Mavericks. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball up high, 2-2. Pippins in their Pippin green uniforms today. Green Pippins across the chest. White numbers with a slight navy blue trim. And the home white pants. Be back in the traveling grays tomorrow, more than likely, the pants at least, in Bellingham. 2-2. Breaking ball, just above the letters, ball 3, and the count 3-2. Alrighty, for Larson, that was his 25th pitch. And he's recorded 1 out in the bottom of the first. Victoria does have a pretty full bullpen, but they'd sure like to get another 5 innings out of the left-hander, as he did in his first start on Friday. Payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the outside fastball. And Bramwell down on strikes. And back-to-back Ks now for Dylan Larson. Christian Padilla will try to keep this rally going with 2 down. Padilla did not play yesterday. Bats with Cipriano at second, Cobb at third, 1 away. 1-0 Pippins, bottom of the first. Larson with the bell tie set. Lefty delivers, and the right-hand batter takes a changeup in the dirt, 1-0. Tomorrow, when we get to Bellingham, that's another turf field. The only part of that field that is dirt is the mound. So the Pippins will have yet to play a road game on grass. That'll change in a couple weeks in Port Angeles. 1-0 pitch. That one's hit in the air. High foul territory behind the plate. Pettit tosses off the mask and makes the catch towards the first base dugout, and the inning comes to a close. Pippins get 1 on 2 hits and an error, but they strand 2 in scoring position, and after 1, it's 1-0 Yakima Valley on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
YMCA. Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
One nothing Pippins after one. Mark Finklenberg facing Joe Butler in the first pitch of the top of the second. A fastball down and away for ball one. Butler, Nogales, and Clayton for the HarbourCats. 4, 5, 6, heart of the order. And the 1-0 from the tall lefty. Hit down the third base line. That is a foul ball. Just to the left of the line, and the count 1-1. Now, home plate umpire Bernard Sherman didn't exactly make friends with the Pippins after a controversial fair or foul call in the top half of the inning, and then that one was pretty close. As well for Butler, who was 0 for 4 in his HarbourCats debut yesterday out of Illinois State University. Infield, outfield straightaway. The outfield's pretty deep. The pitch is taken just below the knees with an off-speed offering. Appeal down to first. He did not go on a pretty obvious check swing. 2-1 to Butler. A right-handed batter, stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, 195 pounds. Finklenberg a lot taller than that. The 2-1. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, 2-2. And he's not a super hard thrower for a guy of his size, but not many pitchers have been his size at a high level. It's hard. 2-2. Change up at the knees, strike 3. First strikeout for Mark Finklenberg today. Gets him with a backward K. And one out to bring up Emilio Nogales. Finklenberg with 4 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings in his first start on Saturday. And the Pippins pitching staff has not been the most strikeout-heavy staff in the league, but they've been up there, more than a strikeout per inning this year. Lefty on lefty, nobody on, one out, top of the second, 1-0 Pippins. Here's the pitch to Nogales. On the inside corner, a fastball drops in for strike 1. Nogales 2 for 8 on the year, no homers, 2 RBIs. 1 for 4 with an RBI double yesterday in the first inning, the only hit he had. Deep end of the knees from the left side, here's the pitch. Curveball on the inside corner, just missed for ball 1. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Nogales. San Jose native. Waits on the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. And takes a fastball in the lower outside corner, called strike 2. And Finklenberg throwing a lot of strikes right now. He's been quite efficient, as have many of the Pippins arms this year. Gets the sign he likes, and delivers a 1-2. In the dirt with a breaking ball, 2-2. Just Lutz behind the plate after Corey Siracusa caught last night. Spencer Bramwell, the third baseman today, can catch, and the Pippins are expected to get 2 more guys who can catch, Greg Fuchs and James Bell, over the next couple of weeks. 2-2. Slider couldn't get him to chase, 3-2. Pippins lead by a run here in the top of the second, an RBI single from Daniel Cipriano in the bottom of the first inning off of Dylan Larson, the left-hander, but the Pippins did leave 2 in scoring position. Payoff. Outside corner, got him looking with a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Mark Finklenberg to start the top half of the second inning. And it will bring Matt Clayton to the plate with 2 away, and the base is clear. Clayton seeing his first action of the series. Off to a 4 for 20 start this season. No homers, no RBIs. Left-hander readies, shoulder square towards home. 1-0 Pippins in the top of the second inning. The pitch lined right up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Matt Clayton with his first hit of the series, first hit of the night for Victoria. Excuse me, first hit of the inning. They did have a single in the first. And a 2-out base runner for the HarbourCats, and Tyler Pettit digs in also for his first action of the series. 1-0 Pippins lead, top of the second. 2 outs. Left on right. Pettit just 0 for 1 this season, an RBI. And he pokes the first pitch foul off to the right. 0-1. Right-handed hitter behind the plate today for Victoria. They've got 5 catchers listed on their roster. The Pippins, before long, could, but Justin Lutz likely to depart once many of those roll in. Throw on to first. And Clayton back in safely. Not wearing batting gloves. And he's got the top of his jersey untucked a little bit, too. Old school. Or just keeping himself comfortable since it's 91 degrees right now. 1 on, 2 out. 1-0 Pippins lead, top second. Finklenberg looks to first. Now fires the 0-1 pitch and misses down and in with a fastball. 1-1. 2 flags out in right center field today. The maple leaf of the Canadian flag has found its temporary home right next to the American flag. And a good chance that won't come down because Kelowna's in town Monday through Wednesday. Throw on to first. And the runner back in safely. And then Victoria comes back on Thursday, so that flag, Canadian flag, probably going to be there for about another week, and then it'll go into hibernation until 2020. Unless one of the 2 Canadian teams were to come to Yakima for the playoffs. Runner takes off the 1-1, lined right up the middle and into right center field for a base hit. Clayton around second and gets to third, and that spot vacated by Tanner Parker as he had gone to cover the steal. The hit and run worked to perfection, as that is exactly where the ball was hit. And now runners on the corners, 2 outs. And the left-handed batting Ty Schindel, a Victoria native, comes to the plate. You really can't execute a hit and run much better than that. Bravo to the HarbourCats for a job well done. If Parker's not covering the bag there, he snags that for the second out, or the third out, excuse me. Lutz out of the crouch to give the signs. Finklenberg ready to face left-handed hitting Schindel, who's just 2 for 16 this year. And now he wants to talk with his catcher. Pippins lead by a run, 1-0 in the top of the second, but there are runners on the corners and just 2 outs. Elsewhere around the West Coast League, Wenatchee 1, Port Angeles 0 in the bottom of the second. Bellingham leads Cowlitz 2-0, also in the bottom of the second. And now the whole infield's going to come in to meet. Ridgefield leads 1-0 over Portland, top of the first. The Raptors have not lost since the Pippins beat them last Wednesday. 6 straight wins for Ridgefield, looking for their second consecutive sweep after beating Kelowna in 3 on the road. They are about looking for the sweep of Portland in 3 on the road, although it's not that far down the road, maybe 20 minutes or so. With Portland traffic, maybe 3 hours, actually. Here's the pitch to Schindel. Checks his swing, and a called strike at the knees anyway, 0-1. What I was told when I was down in Ridgefield last week was when they built Portland and Vancouver, Washington, they didn't really expect it to ever get as big as it did, so they didn't have the precautions to deal with congested traffic. 0-1. Schindel fouls it off to the left, sharply 0-2. And as such, it just becomes a mess a lot of the times with how rapidly that metro area has grown. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Pippins lead 1-0, top of the second. Left-handed hitting Ty Schindel, who has struck out 4 times in 16 at-bats this year. Breaking ball count, 0-2, left on left. Finklenberg delivers out of the stretch. Fastball up high for ball 1. Trevor Parro on deck. He was not in the lineup last night. Runners take their leads. Clayton off of third, Pettit off of first. Gargas holding the runner at first. Bramwell at third, close to the line, and a few steps back. Another 2-strike pitch. Curveball, call, no, just missed down and in, ball 2. That was a heck of a breaking ball from Finklenberg. He was walking towards the dugout thinking he had had his third called strike 3 of the game. But it was not meant to be. And now he'll have to throw at least one more pitch will be his 28th of the afternoon. Evening, I should clarify. 2-2. Missed outside with a fastball, 3-2. And you could tell Finklenberg missed the release point there as that pitch came out of his hand at a different angle than the last couple had. Now the count is full, 2 outs. Runner from first, Pettit, will take off. Clayton surely will take a sizable lead over at first. Pippins lead by a run, but the tying run at third with 2 down. Payoff offering from Finklenberg. He fires. And that one's wrapped left side. Cobb, the shortstop, picked off by Bramwell, the third baseman, who was ranging to his left. And a run will score as Bramwell wanted the shortstop's ball. And it's an infield single for Ty Schindel that ties this game at 1. They could score that an error, too. Cobb looked like he had a real good route to that ball, and Bramwell just got right in front of it. Kind of came out of nowhere. And they're going to give them a hit. So a hit for Ty Schindel, which would also mean an RBI. 1-1 the score now. Runners at first and second, 2 outs for Trevor Parro. Here's the pitch to the right-hand batter, taken in the dirt with a breaking ball, 1-0. You know, that's what it is on the scoreboard. We're waiting on the official score. Runner off second, Pettit. Runner off first, Schindel. And now they're going to give it an E5. So the official scoring is E5, and the run will be unearned for Mark Finklenberg. Turns and looks to second. Now the 1-0 pitch. Missed down low with an off-speed, 2-0. So an unfortunate circumstance, and it would have been a difficult throw anyway for either Bramwell or Cobb. That being said, communication there may have just gotten lost in the wind a little bit. 2-0 pitch. Down and in, 3-0. And Trevor Parro, the right-handed hitting shortstop, trying to draw a 2-out walk to load the bases for the top of the order. 1-1 our score, bottom of the second inning. Excuse me, the top of the second inning. 2 on, 2 out. The 3-0 pitch. At the belt for strike 1 with a changeup. Pippins will send the 7-8-9 of their order to the plate in the bottom of the second against Dylan Larson. Now in a 1-1 ball game. 3-1 pitch. Down and in, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So that error has come back to haunt the Pippins as this inning extends for Mark Finklenberg. And we roll over to the top of the order for Parker Bramlett, the right-handed batter, who singled his first time up through the right side. Lefty comes set. Out of the stretch with the bases loaded, 2 down. He delivers and misses outside. The ball gets away from the catcher, Lutz, but not far enough to move any of the runners up. Ball 1. Clayton scored earlier in this inning. Pettit at third, Schindel at second, Parro at first. 1-1 the score in the second inning. And now a mound visit from Rob Hippie as he takes to the mound to talk with the left-hander Finklenberg. As the Pippins start to get their bullpen loose, A.J. Wood, the righty, begins throwing to today's bullpen catcher, Corey Siracusa. Wood, who has not pitched in over a week. Actually, it was a week exactly was his last outing. Last Thursday in Ridgefield. And this mound visit, just buying Wood some time, who may get asked to do a bulk of the innings today. Particularly if Finklenberg struggles to work out of this jam, which, for all intents and purposes, an inning he should be out of. After that miscommunication between Bramwell at third and Cobb at shortstop. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1-1 our score, bottom second. Pettit at third, Schindel off second, Parro off first. Nobody's being held. Finkelenburg with a 1-0. And a changeup at the upper part of the zone for strike one. Really, really good pitch. Victoria didn't like it. Dropped in the zone at the perfect moment. Tall lefty readies with a 1-1 pitch. And he comes home. And hits the... No! Wow, the umpire started to make the strike movement and then pulled his hand back. Bernard Sherman calls it a ball, 2-1. And Bramlett thought it was strike three. Umpire confused everybody here because a second ago he had 2 balls, 2 strikes in a long top of the second. A run on 3 hits for Victoria, a run on 2 hits for the Pippins, an error on both sides. Finkelenburg sets for the 2-2. Grounded to second, Parker ranges to his left, picks it up, sidearm toss to first in time, and the Pippins escape what could have been a whole lot of trouble as the HarbourCats strand them loaded, but they do get 1 on 2 hits and an error, and we go to the bottom of the second in a 1-1 game here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, and a reminder that the second inning brought to you by Pingree Ford, your trusted Ford dealership in Sela, with an extensive new and pre-owned inventory. Visit Pingree Ford at 102 West Natchez Avenue in Sela when you're looking for your next vehicle. Luke Schwartz to lead it off for the Pippins against Dylan Larson in the bottom of the second, followed by Justin Lutz and Tanner Parker, with the Pippins now tied up with Victoria at a run apiece after an error brought home a run for the HarbourCats in the second inning. Here's the pitch from Larson. The right-hand batter takes down and in with a slider, 1-0. Luke yesterday started to turn the batting practice displays into production. Didn't strike out for the first time this season. Picked up his first hit, a solid single the opposite way. 1-0 pitch. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike, 1-1 on the Phoenix, Arizona native. Third baseman Paxton is on the edge of the grass. He was in the first pitch, back the second pitch, back this one as Schwartz hits this high in the air, curling foul off to the right and out of play. Decent crowd here at County Stadium, better than we had last night for sure. Still about 35% full, and a good number of fans down to the picnic area down the down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Larson had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Now he delivers a pitch, and a swing and a miss on an outside fastball, strike 3. The third strikeout for Dylan Larson in the first down of the home half of the second inning. They'll bring up Justin Lutz with 1 away. Lutz, another guy who has been hitting it well in batting practice, but without a hit today or this season, 0 for 7. Paxton at third, parallel with the bag. Everybody else straight away, normal depth. Paxton, a few steps more to his left than normal. Lefty versus lefty. Lutz watches a fastball fall in on the inside corner for strike 1. Pippins and and HarbourCats tied at 1, bottom second. Larson with a set below the belt. 0-1. Breaking ball hit in the air, left center field, fairly well hit. Playa, the center fielder, over to his right. He collides with Schindel, and who made the catch? No one, I don't think. Nope, Nick Playa did hold on to the ball. It was tough to tell because Playa didn't exactly make any sort of notion that he had it. He was more worried about Schindel, the teammate that he ran into, as he should have been. But he still put it away as the two ran right into each other, and it's an F8 for Justin Lutz to bring up Tanner Parker with 2 away. The base is empty here in the bottom of the second. And there was an object, I think it was Schindel's glove that was sat behind him, and it was from this angle, it looked like that might have been the ball. But Playa did make the catch in left center, and now another left-handed hitter in Tanner Parker. 1-1 the score, bottom second, nobody on, 2 outs. Parker watches a fastball skip in the dirt, and all the way to the backstop for ball 1. Set below the belt, a 1-0 pitch. Fastball too far outside, 2-0. Parker 4 for 18 this year, no homers and 2 runs batted in. Was our player of the game yesterday on Pippins' postgame after driving in a couple in a 2 for 3 performance. A 2-0. That one's ripped down the right field line and deep. Butler back into his left, and that one is off the base of the wall. Parker around first, headed for second. The throw is cut off at second by Bramlett. It's a sliding 2-out double for Tanner Parker. And he is really heating up at the right time with the bat. A booming double off the wall. His 3rd double in the last 3 games. And it brings up Tyler Pittman in an RBI spot. 2 outs. The go-ahead run at second. And a 1-1 ball game, bottom of the second. Pittman walked on 8 pitches in his first at-bat. Left on right. First pitch. Fastball taken too high, 1-0. Pittman with 4 RBIs this year. One of them yesterday coming on the Pippins' first sacrifice fly of the season. Larson, the tall lefty, 6'5", turns and looks to second and delivers the pitch. Misses too far inside with a fastball, and Pittman had to raise his hands to avoid it hitting him on the elbow, or the elbow guard, rather. He's clad with bright red batting gloves and holds the all-tan bat high above his head, with his shoulders and his elbows cocked high up as well. Parker off second, being kept closely by Bramlett, the second baseman. Pitch delivered, and a fastball at the knees for a strike, taking all the way, and it's 2-1. Man at second, 2 outs after the Tanner Parker double off the wall and right. 1-1 our score, bottom of the second inning. Parker with about a stride and a half lead off the bag. 2-1. Down and in, 3-1. Tyler Pittman, who has shown good plate discipline, trying to draw his 2nd walk of the ball game. Put 2 on for Owen Cobb, who had a single in his first at-bat. Three-1 pitch. That one's chopped up the middle. Shortstop Paro over to his left, just to the left of the bag at second. He throws on to first and throws out Pittman to end the threat. Pippin strand 1 on a 2-out double from Tanner Parker, and as we go to the 3rd, it's all square at 1 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flywkm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Nick Playa leads off the top of the third for Victoria in a 2-2 ball game and watches a fastball up high from Mark Finklenberg, 1-0. Playa, Paxton, Butler. Heart of the order for Victoria. Tall lefty with a 1-0. And he misses down and in with a fastball. 2-0 to former Pippin Nick Playa. Played for the team in the outfield in 2017 on the last Pippins playoff team. 2-0. Heavy swing and a foul tip back into the glove, 2-1. Both of these teams, in fact, looking to snap a one-year playoff drought. After both made it in 17, missed in 18. That one's golfed off to the right, 2-2. And the Pippins have never missed the playoffs in consecutive years in their brief 6-year history. 2-2. Fastball too far outside, 3-2. And early in the season, they're putting themselves in a good position to keep that streak alive. Already with a 1.5 game lead on the division. Payoff. That one's fouled off to the right, stays 3-2. But a big series this weekend in Bellingham. The Bells are playing good baseball. Trying to complete a sweep of Cowlitz tonight. And they can take the lead if they play well this weekend. 3-2. That one's ripped out to the gap in left center field. Pittman over to his left, and that one kind of died in the air, so he makes the catch in medium depth left center field on a ball that looked really good off the bat, and then kind of got caught in a tailwind, one away. One out, nobody on. 1-1 ball game in the top of the third, and it brings up the Texan Griffin Paxton. That is about as Texas as a name as you can get. 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Only thing he's missing is the cowboy hat. Strapped with a blue baseball helmet instead. 0-1. Fastball down low, 1-1. Pippins don't have a Texan on the roster. It is mostly West Coast players. A few Midwesterners. The 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2, but no Southerners. Unless you want to count Nick Brown as a Southerner. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. 1-2. Golfed into left center field. That one will find the gap and land in for a base hit. 1-out single for Griffin Paxton. The opposite way. I tend to think of Oklahoma as kind of androgynous. It doesn't fit in the Midwest, but it doesn't really fit in the South either. But I think leniency, it probably does. 1 on, 1 out in the top of the third inning for Joe Butler. 1-1 the score here in Yakima. Butler struck out looking in his first attempt, and he watches a fastball sail over at the knees for strike 1. Nick also mentioned that he wanted me to give a shout out to his mother listening back in Oklahoma today. He says hello and says he loves you and is glad you can follow along, and I am too. Throw to first. Good pickoff move, but Paxton able to get back in. Hopefully we see Nick Brown tonight. It has been some time since he's pitched. Only 2 appearances this season for the right-hander. Last through on Saturday. Throw over to first and a tag applied, but Paxton back in safely. The big bearded right-hander out of Pittsburgh State. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-1, our score top third. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the upper outside corner, well spotted for strike 2. Closed off stance from the right side for Butler. 2 strikeouts today for Finklenberg. The pitch missed down and in with the slider, 2-2. 1-2, excuse me. A.J. Wood had been throwing for the Pippins last half inning, but has since returned to the bullpen bench. 1 on, 1 out, 1-1 the score, top third, and a throw over to first. And Paxton jogs back in safely. Without a stolen base attempt so far this year, he did steal 6 in the spring at the University of Texas, San Antonio. The Roadrunners, 1-2, chop towards third. Bramwell waits on it, goes on to second for 1. Parker's relay, double play, 5-4-3. Bramwell to Parker to Gargas. 2 outs on 1 pitch, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left in the top of the third. On to the home half in a 1-1 game on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Owen Cobb to lead off the home half of the third inning here in Yakima in a 1-1 ball game. Cipriano and Gargas to follow, the 2-3-4 part of the Yakima Valley Pippins order. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on PippinsBaseball.com/live. I'm Miles Klotz with Dakota and Austin on the controls for our video stream. Here's the pitch. Left-hander hits one high in the air to fairly shallow center where Playa jogs in, his long black hair flapping in the wind, and he puts it away in shallow center straight away for the first out. And it'll bring up Daniel Cipriano, who had that RBI single in the first. That so far has been the Pippins' only scoring of the day. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. 1-1 count, 1-1 score. Nobody on, 1 out. Here's the pitch from the left-hander. Breaking ball. Down and in for ball 1. Cipriano this year at Montana State Billings took left-handed pitching to town. Hit .482 off of lefties. Larson's 1-0. Misses downstairs with a fastball, 2-0. And he hit .366 off of righties, which is still really, really good. But it just seems so pedestrian next to that .482 mark against lefties. Not a big enough of a sample size so far this summer, but he can certainly hit as he swings and misses at a breaking ball for strike one, 2-1. Bases empty, one away, 1-1 our score, bottom third. Big right-handed batter, 6'3", 245. But somewhat nimble for his size. The DH today for the first time this season. 2-1, change up, high and away, ball 3. Pretty good frame job there by Pettit behind the plate, but was not able to get that in the zone. For home plate umpire Bernard Sherman. Lights are on here as the sun begins its long descent here in the valley. 3-1. Chopped off to the left, 3-2. The sun takes a really long time to set out here. One the score, bottom third. Nobody on, one out for Daniel Cipriano. And the count full. After he singled and moved up on an error, drove in a run back in the first. Larson with the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, pitch in the dirt. Pettit tried the tag, instead steps out and sidearms onto first. And Nogales taps the bag with his left foot, and that is the 4th strikeout for the left-hander and the 2nd out of the bottom of the 3rd. Now the hometown boy, Henry Gargis, hits from the left side. Nobody on, 2 outs. 1-1 the score, bottom 3rd. Against another local, Dylan Larson from wonderful Ellensburg, Washington. Went to Ellensburg High School and then went to Ellensburg University, Central Washington. Did not pitch particularly well there and decided to go to Lane Community College in Oregon. His first pitch, a slider away to Gargis, and a good job holding up there by Henry, count 1-0. Went 4-4 with a 2.98 ERA as a starter primarily for Lane, and caught the attention of Virginia Tech, so he went all the way out to Blacksburg, Virginia, where he pitched in 6 games this spring as a D1 player. Gargis hits this one up the middle. Second baseman Bramlett in and to his right. Fields on the lip of the grass and throws on to first. And it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the 3rd for the left-hander Dylan Larson at the end of 3. 1-1 our score on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time memorable.
To the 4th inning we go here in Yakima. The score 1 apiece between the Pippins and the HarbourCats. And Mark Finklenberg back out for his 4th inning of work. Misses up high to Emilio Nogales. 1-0. Matt Clayton and Tyler Pettit to follow in this 4th. 1-0 pitch. Chopped high over Finklenberg up the middle. Parker, second baseman to his right. Long jump throw to first in time. What a play, Tanner Parker. That was stellar from the left side of the infield. He made the leaping throw. And it's usually his partner in the middle infield, Owen Cobb, that does the flashy stuff. That was really something from Tanner Parker, 1 down. One the score, top of the 4th. Bases empty with 1 out for Matt Clayton digs in from the right side. No batting gloves for the native of Yuba City, California. And the pitch, missed just outside, ball one. Right-hander A.J. Wood back up and throwing in the Pippins' pen. He was up in the second, down in the third, now back up in the fourth. 1-0 from Finklenberg. Fastball up and away, 2-0. Whose pitch count is not bad. This will be number 60 for the left-hander, with one out in the fourth in a 1-1 ball game. He delivers. The 2-0 misses down low for ball three. Hasn't walked anybody since the second inning and has struck out a pair. One unearned run on 4 hits. 3-0 pitch to Clayton. Taking all the way and watches down low for ball four. It's a 4-pitch, 1-out walk, and it brings up Tyler Pettit, right-handed hitting catcher. Second walk for the lefty. Rob Hippie from the Pippins bullpen now coming back towards the dugout. And have to imagine with the way things are going, this will be Finklenberg's last inning. Cipriano holds the runner at first. Pitch. Change up for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. To Tyler Pettit. Singled up the middle his first time. 1 on, 1 out in a 1-1 ball game, top of the fourth. Here's the 0-1. Fastball high and away, 1-1 to the native of the Austin, Texas area. Out of the same school as yesterday's starting pitcher for Victoria, Aaron Celestino, the University of the Incarnate Word in San Antonio. His dad played at Texas for the Longhorns. Up high with an off-speed, 2-1, and played professionally for the, at the time, Florida Marlins, playing in their minor league system. Now a mound visit from Rob Hippie to Mark Finklenberg, which could be to relieve him with a 2-1 count, but I would wager is more likely to just buy A.J. Wood some more time. Coach Hippie looks towards the bullpen, and he's going to take the ball from Mark Finklenberg with a 2-1 count. So a new pitcher coming in for the Pippins here in the fourth. And we'll take a break and tell you about him after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Being pregnant. Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions. Or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
For all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
A.J. Wood takes over for the Pippins with 1 out, 1 on, and a 2-1 count on Tyler Pettit in the top of the fourth. Wood making his second appearance of the season. First out of the bullpen, a 2.07 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk over 4 1/3 innings of work. Opponents hitting .235 off of the Sacramento, California native, a right-hander who made the start a week ago today in Ridgefield, going 4 1/3 innings, allowing 1 earned run on 4 hits, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Mark Finklenberg exits. The line not complete on him. 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 unearned run, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, but he is responsible. Would be an earned run, barring some errors later in this inning with Matt Clayton, the runner at first. 1-1 the score. A 2-1 count on Tyler Pettit. The right-hander Wood, 6'3", 228 pounds, a 4-pitch mix. He readies out of the stretch. Here's the pitch from Wood. Just below the knees for ball 3. In such a weird situation it's got to be for a pitcher coming out of the bullpen behind in the count. The walk will be credited to Finklenberg if he loses him here. 3-1 with a man on first, 1 down, the go-ahead run. In a 1-1 ball game, top 4, pitch. And he lost on ball 4, but the walk will be credited to Mark Finklenberg, not A.J. Wood. Now the 8-hole hitter Ty Schindel, who reached on an error his last time, bats here with 2 on, 1 out. A 1-1 ball game in the top of the 4th. So 3 walks now for Mark Finklenberg, and responsible for the runners on first and second. Schindel, a left-handed batter. Wood going to be tasked for some long relief today, a role he is familiar with. He delivers, and a swing and a miss at a high fastball, 0-1. Mostly his role with Central Washington in the spring, although he did make 1 start and did pitch in some shorter stints. 2 on, 1 out, 1-1 the score, top 4. Wood fiddles the ball behind his backside, now sets with his left foot ahead of his right. Nods and fires. And hits the outside corner with a fastball, strike 2. Great pitch from A.J. Wood. Ahead in the count, 0-2, and now he can go in a multitude of different directions. Has a good curveball. Could try a backdoor slider as well. Even a changeup. Both runners lead with 1 down. Clayton at second, Pettit at first, both walked. And Wood steps off and asks for time. Schindel, one of 2 Victoria natives on the roster. One of a number of British Columbia natives, though, for the HarbourCats. 0-2. Pitch from Wood. Swing and a miss, strike 3 with a high fastball. A.J. Wood out of the bullpen with a big strikeout, 2 down. It brings up Trevor Parro, the right-handed hitting shortstop out of the 9-hole. 2 on, 2 out. Game still knotted at 1 in the top of the 4th. A.J. Wood got a big out just a batter ago, and now he's got to retire Parro. A light-hitting shortstop from the junior college ranks. Very good defender. Here's the pitch. Parro takes a slider away, 1-0. Went to Lower Columbia College, back-to-back NWAC champions, and just recently committed to play his college baseball at Marshall University in the D1 ranks in West Virginia, a team that has really mined the NWAC the last couple of years. Turning a look to second, here's the pitch. Fastball just above the letters, ball 2. And it's 2-0 to Parro, who walked against Finklenberg in his first time. So a no decision for Mark Finklenberg unless A.J. Wood allows the inherited runners here to score, and Victoria holds on to win. 2-0. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. What a right-hander who had a decent year for Central Washington and signed on as a short-term contract player, but with the way he's been pitching and the way the Pippins have been pitching, he might be around longer than that. Here's his 2-1. That one's grounded right side. First baseman Gargas waits on it, race to the bag, steps on it just in time to beat out Parro. And A.J. Wood works the Pippins out of a jam. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning in a 1-1 ball game on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
Throughout the orchard.
Tailgaters Bar and Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Bottom of the fourth inning here in Yakima. Tonight's fourth inning sponsor, Les Schwab, set the standard for tire service more than 65 years ago, and they continue to go out of their way to keep you on your way. With 3 locations in Yakima and Sela, the dedicated professionals at Les Schwab provide useful advice and excellent service every day. At Les Schwab, doing the right thing matters. Dylan Larson still out there for the fourth inning for the HarbourCats. And he will face the 5-6-7 part of the Pippins order here in a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Starting with Spencer Bramwell. Struck out swinging on 7 pitches in his first Pippins at-bat. And he'll bat from the right side, a stocky right-handed batter who goes the most unusual style. A batting glove on the left hand and a bare right hand. Lefty versus righty, everybody straight away, normal depth defensively. Here's the pitch from Larson. Fastball misses up high, 1-0. Christian Padilla, Luke Schwartz to follow. Left-hander with a 1-0 pitch. That one swung on and missed, 1-1. Even stance from the right side for Bramwell, who holds the all-tan lumber horizontally above his shoulder and watches a breaking ball that had some good late break and missed down and in for ball 2. And the HarbourCats are incredulous about that. Todd Haney throwing his hands in the air in the first base dugout on a pitch that had some wicked break on it, but didn't get the strike called. The set and the 2-1. Pitch. That one's popped foul, back and out of play off to the right, 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out, bottom 4. 1-1 our score. Pippins got a good performance out of the pen from A.J. Wood in the top half of the inning. Came on and stranded a couple with a strikeout and an infield ground out. 2-2. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Appeal down to first. He did not go. 3-2. That was another good breaking ball from Larson, and in his quest to punch out his 5th batter, he could not get Bramwell to commit. But Bramwell's a guy that's going to need to provide some offense to a struggling Pippins lineup. He is someone that the coaching staff has been talking up. Someone that can come in and provide a jolt. 3-2. Outside ball 4. And that is ball 4. And Bramwell didn't know it, and he thought it was ball 3, and I was confused for a second because I was wondering why Bramwell wasn't jogging down to first, because the umpire didn't initially signal it either. But that was ball 4. And Larson asks for a new baseball, and it is granted by home plate umpire Bernard Sherman. Just the second walk for the left-hander, and first since the very first batter of the game. One on, nobody out in a 1-1 ball game, bottom 4. Christian Padilla, the batter. He popped out in foul territory in his first at-bat. Wide open stance, deep in the righty batter's box. Third baseman Paxton plays in. Pitch home. Swing and a miss. Got him with the off-speed, 0-1. Padilla won't be on the trip to Bellingham this weekend. Some academic obligations to complete, and then he'll be with the team the rest of the season, as should be one of their key outfielders. 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. And he has done some impressive things, particularly with his speed. He can really run. The Pippins just have not run a whole lot as a team so far this spring, or this summer. Bramwell with a slight lead off first. Here's the 2-strike offering. Inside, golfed in the air to shallow left center. Playa, the center fielder, jogs on and makes the catch. Not too far out from the infield in left center field for the first out on a pitch that he took a real golf hack at. And there's one out for Luke Schwartz. Schwartz struck out swinging, in his first at-bat. Faces Larson here with 1 on, 1 out. 1-1 ball game, bottom 4th. The bell tie set with Paxton at third, parallel with the bag, and Bramwell being held at first by Nogales. Middle infield at double play depth. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And apparently he foul tipped it because that one went all the way to the backstop and there was no movement by any of the infielders. Just got a piece and the count 0-1. Justin Lutz to follow with the shin guards on in the on-deck circle, which is not really defined. There's a breaking ball down and in, 1-1. Yeah, there really is no defined on-deck circle here. Just kind of stand what seems right. 1-1 on Schwartz. Hold the bat high above his head. Pitch from Larson. Lined right back up the middle, and it bounces into center field for a base hit. Bramwell trots up to second. And Luke Schwartz with his second hit of the year, and there's 2 on, 1 out for Justin Lutz. Lutz flied to center in his first at-bat. He hits here with 2 on, 1 out, as cloud cover starts to come in on what's turned into a really nice night in Yakima, even though earlier today it looked like it was going to be miserable with the heat. But the breeze and the cloud cover has really helped. Lefty versus lefty. Lutz even stance, even a little slight close. And he takes a first pitch fastball up high for ball 1. The nights in the Valley are really something. If you can survive the days, really cherish the nights here. They are really, really something. The 1-0 pitch from Larson. Left-hander sets and delivers. Lutz takes in the dirt in the righty batter's box. The breaking ball ended up 2-0. Tanner Parker, who really hit a ball hard his last time up, doubled off the wall and right. He is on deck. 2 on, 1 out. 1-1 our score, bottom 4. Lutz ahead in the count. Here's the 2-0. A fastball eye level for ball 3, and now Tyler Pettit wants a word with his left-hander Dylan Larson as the bullpen starts to get loose for the HarbourCats, with right-hander Joseph Brandon out of Georgia starting to toss in the pen. Pippins had A.J. Wood come in the top of the 4th, and given the fact that he's started in the past already, seems reason to believe he'll get some serious run through the middle innings of this contest. But the Pippins do have a bullpen that's getting fuller and fuller by the day. Plenty of arms going to be available over the course of the year. 2 on, 1 out. A 3-out count on Justin Lutz. A 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 4th inning. (3-0 to Lutz. We'll see if he's got the green light here. He does not, and he takes a slider down and away. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. 1 out for Tanner Parker. He's been swinging as hot of a bat as anybody on the Pippins in the past few days. And now we'll have a mound visit from Victoria pitching coach Ian Sanderson. And Joseph Brandon, who hasn't been tossing for very long, almost seemed like he was ready to come in right then and there. But presumably with the long trot from Sanderson, an opportunity for Brandon to get some more time to toss. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom 4. It was funny, I was talking with pitching coach Rob Hippie yesterday at batting practice, and he asked one of the pitchers to go give something to the Victoria pitching coach. And he asked me, he said, Miles, do you know who their pitching coach is? I said, yeah, his name's Ian Sanderson. He's the pitching coach at Lower Columbia College. And he told the player to give him back the ball. He said, no, I want to go talk to him. And the player's like, what do you mean? He said, well, he took my job. Because Ian Sanderson's been the pitching coach at Lower Columbia the past 4 seasons, and he did not take Coach Hippie's job, as Coach Hippie stopped coaching at LCC in 2011. But it was a funny interaction because he is one of the successors to the position that Coach Hippie served in for more than 20 years in Longview. Really developed a great reputation as a pitching coach. And now Ian Sanderson doing good things with the back-to-back NWAC champions that play the same field as the Cowlitz Black Bears on the campus of Lower Columbia College. Larson ready to face the left-handed batting Tanner Parker with the bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one's grounded right side. First baseman Nogales Fields throws home for 1, and they get the lead runner. But Parker makes it up to first on a fielder's choice, and Tyler Pittman will have to try and drive him home with 2 outs, and the base is still loaded. So the 3-2 fielder's choice gets 1. Schwartz at third, Lutz at second, Parker at first. 2 down for the right-handed hitting Tyler Pittman. Here's the first pitch. Foul down the right field line, 0-1. One ball game, bottom 4. Big scoring opportunity for the Pippins, who have already stranded 3 in 3 innings. Left-hander Size. Sets and fires. Fastball just up high, 1-1. Owen Cobb would bat if this inning were to continue. Larson with a pitch count encroaching upon 80. Probably his last inning with the way the bullpen's been going for the HarbourCats. 1-1 pitch. Pittman takes, just down and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Two outs in a 1-1 ball game. Schwartz at third with a single. Lutz at second with a walk. Parker at first on a fielder's choice. 2-1. High and away, ball 3. And now you have to consider just taking here. Best case scenario, you walk in a run. Worst case scenario, the count goes to 3-2, and then the runners will all lead with 2 outs. Hard to imagine Pittman will be swinging here. Bases loaded, 2 down. Tie game, bottom 4. Here's the 3-1. Takes up high, ball 4, and the Pippins take the lead. Schwartz trots in from third, and it's 2-1 Yakima Valley. Not necessarily how they drew it up when the bases were loaded with 1 out, but it does its job as Luke Schwartz is in. The Pippins have the lead. And now the second mound visit from pitching coach Ian Sanderson in this inning, which means that the night is over for Dylan Larson. The left-hander will be relieved with the bases loaded and 2 outs. In the bottom of the 4th inning, the Pippins have taken a 2-1 lead and a new right-hander in to pitch for Victoria. We'll tell you about them after a break on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home, that's That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
New pitcher for the HarbourCats. It's the right-hander Joseph Brandon making his second appearance of the season. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 16.2. Earned the win last Thursday against Wenatchee. Allowed 3 earned runs in an inning and 2/3. 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Shows you how much that statistic matters. And he faces right-handed hitting Owen Cobb with the bases loaded, and Cobb lifts this in the air to center. Fairly routine for Playa. Over to his right, he reaches up and makes the catch in shallow left center field. And that ends the inning, but the Pippins get one and an RBI walk from Tyler Pittman. And at the end of 4, it's 2-1 Yakima Valley on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Pippins have the lead back, 2-1 as we go to the 5th here in Yakima. And A.J. Wood, after finishing off the 4th inning in relief, now with the lead, gets the ball against the top of the HarbourCats order here in the top of the 5th. Parker Bramlett to lead it off. He is 1 for 2 today. Bats from the right side. Tall, upright stance for the Texan. And he takes strike 1 with a slider on the outside edge. Wood fires the 0-1 pitch. Grounded softly to shortstop. Cobb ranging to his left, picks it up, belt high, and fires onto first for the first out. One away, and it'll bring up Nick Playa, who is 0 for 2. Two-1, Pippins lead top 5. It was a bases loaded walk from Tyler Pittman off of Dylan Larson to give Yakima Valley their second lead of the game and knock Larson out of the game. Pitch to Playa. Slider too far outside, 1-0. Final line on the left-hander, who is on the hook for the loss. 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Here's the 1-0. That one's ripped down the left field line. Pittman over to his left. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Playa with a wide turnaround first, but he'll hold up with a loud single. And a 1-out base runner for the HarbourCats here in the top of the 5th. Now 1-on-1 out for Griffin Paxton. Still a 2-1 Pippins lead, top of the 5th. Paxton, the left-handed batter who singled the opposite way his last time up into left center. One of 5 Victoria hits tonight. They've put a runner on in every inning, but have just 1 run. Runner takes off. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Throw down to second. Tag applied. He is safe. Owen Cobb put the tag down, but Playa got his right hand in just before. And Victoria still yet to be caught this 2-game series, despite getting caught more than any other team in the West Coast League. Just over 57% caught stealing rate. Pitch was called a strike right at the knees. So it's 0-1 to Paxton. And now Cobb keeps Playa honest at second base. Wood gives him a look. Delivers the 0-1. There's a backdoor slider on the outside corner for a called strike 2. And A.J. Wood throwing a lot of strikes, but the tying run now at second, 1 out. 2-1 Pippins, top 5. As we start to see a couple of arms begin stretching down the left field line in the Pippins bullpen. Nobody throwing, though. Wood taking a long time to get the sign, and so Griffin Paxton asks if he can step out for a moment, and it's granted. 0-2 on the left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, 0-2. That one was in on the hands. These two teams will meet again a week from today to wrap up the 3-game home series at County Stadium this year, and then they won't meet again until the 19th through the 21st of July up in Victoria. Should be a fun atmosphere. Team that's led the league in attendance 4 years running. 0-2 pitch. Line down the third base line, but well foul and right into the Pippins bullpen. Stays 0-2, 1 on, 1 out. Top of the 5th, 2-1 Pippins. Take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard with 3 other West Coast League games in action. And the Bend Elks in non-league action. Wenatchee 4, Port Angeles 2, top of the 5th. Cowlitz leading Bellingham 6-5, top 6. Ridgefield on top of Portland 4-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Another 2-strike offering to Paxton, the pitch home. Lifted out to shallow left center. Pittman in and to his left, charges on and makes the hat-high grab in the gap for the second out, and that sends Playa back to second, 2 away for Joe Butler. Well, and if these results hold, that'll be about as good of a night as the Pippins could have had, with both Bellingham and Port Angeles losing, and both of them sitting in second place in the North Division, a game and a half back of the Pippins. If they both lose and the Pippins win, it'll be a 2.5 game division lead over everybody, headed into a road series with Bellingham this weekend. Man at second, 2 down, and a 2-1 ball game. Pippins lead. First pitch to Joe Butler, down and away, ball 1 with a slider. Now, if Bellingham comes back to win, and the Pippins were to lose, it'd be a half-game lead for Yakima Valley headed into the series. So a lot hinges on the results tonight as Wood steps off, turns to second, but doesn't throw. 2-1 Pippins, top 5. Playa at second after a 1-out single and a stolen base. Joe Butler is 0 for 2, bounced into a double play back in the third. 1-0 pitch, grounded to short. Cobb barely has to move a muscle. Collects, shuffles to his left, and throws out Butler 6-3 to end the threat. HarbourCats strand a 2-out single. We go to the bottom of the 5th in a 2-1 ball game. Pippins leading here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
1-0 count to Daniel Cipriano here in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Pippins leading 2-1. Right-hander Joseph Brandon ended the 4th for Victoria, and he gets a swing and a miss of Cipriano 1-1 on an outside fastball. Brandon out of Loganville, Georgia, rising sophomore in the fall at Georgia State University, 1-1. Curveball over the head of Cipriano. He has to duck out of the way of that, 2-1. And Georgia State, located in the capital of Atlanta, and Loganville, a suburb of Atlanta, 2-1. Up high, 3-1. I want to rectify that. I'm not positive that Atlanta is the capital of Georgia. It's definitely the largest city, and it is the capital. My first intuition was correct. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That one's popped up in the air, shallow right center. 3 fielders converge. It's the right fielder Butler that calls everybody off and makes the catch for the first out. Take a look at our This Date in Baseball History fact. This day in 2012, the 22nd perfect game in Major League history was thrown by Matt Cain. 27 up, 27 down against the Houston Astros. Back when, way back when, the Astros were actually terrible in a 10-0 win at AT&T Park. Here's the first pitch to Henry Gargis. Nobody on, 1 out, 2-1 Pippins, bottom 5. Pitch inside, ball 1. He also tied the record for the most strikeouts in a perfect game with 12. Mariners fans will remember that Felix Hernandez would throw one that August as Gargis pops this up off to the third base side. Paxton gives chase, but it lands in lefty's bar, 1-1. But no one has thrown one in the 6.5 years since that Felix Hernandez perfect game. 7 years since Matt Cain tossed his, and what a good career he had, Matt Cain, for the San Francisco Giants. From Germantown, Tennessee, was a big part of those World Series teams. The 1-1 pitch. Gargis swings and misses at a high fastball, 1-2. Joseph Brandon is not from Germantown, Tennessee, but he is from the South. There are a few Southerners on the Victoria roster. That's a long trip. Quick pitch, 1-2. Downstairs, 2-2. It wasn't really a quick pitch, but he did speed his motion to the plate a little bit. Brandon had a 9.53 ERA as a freshman for Georgia State. 34 strikeouts, 31 walks in 34 innings. Command's been pretty good so far, though. 2-2. Hard chopper, right side. Second baseman Bramlett to his right, takes it on a high hop and throws out Gargis for the second out. Bring up Spencer Bramwell with 2 down. Bramwell has walked and struck out in his Pippins debut so far. Base is empty, 2 away. 2-1 Pippins lead, bottom 5. A native of San Clemente, California. Sporting number 3 for the Pippins this year. First pitch. Way outside with a fastball. 1-0 from Brandon, who was the Class 5A Player of the Year as a junior in high school. Threw 3 no-hitters that year. As this one's wrapped into left field for a base hit. Fastball taken to the pull side of the first base hit in a Pippins uniform for Spencer Bramwell. A 2-out base runner for Yakima Valley. Brings up Christian Padilla with 2 outs, man on. Now, 3 no-hitters in a season in a lot of high school baseball is not the most uncommon accomplishment. It is when you play in big school Georgia high school baseball right near Atlanta. Here's the delivery. That one's wrapped down the left field line and out of play as it bounces off of one of the sunscreens and then off of a pole and back into the field of play. How about that? Counts 0-1 on Padilla, who's popped out twice today. Righty versus righty with 2 outs. Man on first. Pippins leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch from Brandon. Hit into center. Playa comes on after initially staying back on it, and it drops in for a base hit in shallow center field. So Playa waited on that for about 3 seconds and ended up being about 5 feet shy of the ball when it landed, and it's back-to-back hard-hit singles, and it brings up Luke Schwartz, who had a hard-hit single his last time up with 2 away. Now, Brandon was also pretty hittable for Georgia State as a freshman. Opponents hit 279 off of him. Looks to second. 2 outs, the pitch to Schwartz. Check swing. Fastball missed somewhere. Ball 1. Down and in, says the home plate umpire Bernard Sherman. And the Victoria bench was not totally enthused with that. And it looked like a strike from up here, but they've got a better angle than we do. Pippins lead 2-1, bottom 5, 2 on, 2 out for Schwartz, the 1-0. Popped up, foul territory, first base side. Not going to be enough room for Nogales, and that one lands in the middle row of the seats. 1 ball and 1 strike. Schwartz singled and later scored on a bases-loaded walk in the 4th. One. Fastball on the inside corner for strike 2. One, 2 with 2 outs and 2 on. Curveball at the knees called strike 3, and the inning comes to a close. Pippins get 2 2-out singles, but strand them both. We go to the 6th in a 2-1 ball game. Yakima Valley leading on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Ever, just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever, or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Pippins leading 2-1 as we go to the 6th here in Yakima. Emilio Nogales He'll lead it off for the HarbourCats, to be followed by Matt Clayton and Tyler Pettit in a one-run game. Righty A.J. Wood still out there on the mound, his second full inning of relief. And the first pitch to the left-hand batter. Dots the outside corner for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Taken down low with a changeup, a ball and a strike. Nogales out of Fresno State, where he hit .290 this year. 27 RBIs in 51 games. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball, 1-2. If you followed the regionals, you may have seen Nogales. He got a little bit of internet hub when in the regional against Stanford he hit a go-ahead two-run double, and he ripped off his jersey and exposed a lot of chest hair. There's a swing and a miss for strike three. At second base, it was a really strange moment, but he just said he was living in the moment, being a little free, and Fresno State did not get out of the regional, though. Second strikeout for Wood, one away, and it brings up Matt Clayton, the DH, who is yet to be retired today. A walk and a single and 2 trips. Clayton also out of the Mountain West Conference. Played at the University of Nevada, Reno. He's a freshman this year. Righty versus righty. Nobody on, one out. The pitch. Slider just outside, 1-0. Left-hander Jack Gonzalez is up in the Pippins bullpen. We could see the Pippins go 3 different arms, 7, 8, 9, with plenty of room to work, plenty of bullpen depth. Only Mark Wanarobich, who threw 5 innings yesterday, won't be able to go. There's a slider away, 2-0. Nobody on, one out. Pippins ahead, 2-1 in the 6th. Here's the 2-0. Down low, 3-0. So 3-0 count. Wood trying to avoid his first self-induced walk. 3-0. Down low, ball 4. Man, there is the self-induced walk. And the tying run reaches first base with now Tyler Pettit coming to the plate. Pettit also has yet to be retired today. A walk and a single, but it's his first time facing Wood from the first pitch to the last. He did face Wood midway through the at-bat back in the 4th, and now Rob Hippie out to the mound to meet with a right-hander who has not really been bad, but did just allow the tying run to reach base here in the 6th and allow Jack Gonzalez some more time to loosen down the left field line in the bullpen, and it looks like it's not even loosening. It looks like they're going to turn to Jack Gonzalez. A.J. Wood may be turning over the ball here, at least from the indication that Coach Hippie is giving. Sure seemed like it, but now it appears that this is just a visit to give Gonzalez more time to warm up and maybe let Wood know that should this inefficiency continue, it'll be Jack Gonzalez time. Out-of-town scoreboard, Wenatchee 4, Port Angeles 2, bottom 6. Cowlitz 6, Bellingham 5, top 7. Ridgefield 4, Portland 3, bottom of the 5th. Cowlitz has not had a great start to the year. And now they are going to signal for Jack Gonzalez, so it was a long mound visit to eventually take the ball from A.J. Wood, who has still not yet left the mound. Now he has. Pitching change, so we'll take a break here on the Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome. And se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
New pitcher for the Pippins, and it's the left-hander, Jack Gonzalez, making his second appearance of the season. He has appeared in one game. It came on Sunday against Wenatchee, pitched 2 innings, picked up the save with 2 shutout innings of work, 2 strikeouts, a hit, and a walk given up. And he replaces A.J. Wood, the book not closed on Wood, with the runner on first still being his responsibility. He goes 2 innings, does not allow an earned run on 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. 2-1 Pippins, top 6. Lefty versus righty in a 1-run game with a tying run at first. Here is the pitch. Fastball missed just high, apparently 1-0. Well, the Pippins keep pulling out these close games. And you wonder if eventually that stops, but so far this bullpen has just done a great job of keeping these situations in check. The 1-0. Poke back foul. Off the top of the screen, 1-1. Pettit has had good success at the plate today, so the Pippins decide to see if Gonzalez, the funky lefty, can set him down after he looked real good on Sunday against Wenatchee. Second-year Pippin, the only returner on this year's squad. Hunter French did pitch in an exhibition, but he has since left the team. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss way behind that fastball. Nice pitch from Gonzalez on the outside corner, 1-2. Jack, a native of the San Diego area, plays at Dixie State in Utah, which will be moving from Division II to Division I, but not when Gonzalez is still in school. Or perhaps it will be his senior year. I think it might be that senior season. Runner takes off, pitches high. Lutz a throw down. They got him. Yes, he's out. What a throw, Justin Lutz. Had him by about 2 steps, and Matt Clayton hosed for the second out. And a big one here in the bottom of the 6th, top of the 6th. Count 2-2 on Pettit. Now all Gonzalez needs is 1 more strike. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Popped up off to the right, high in the air, but that one lands just beyond the seats and towards the concourse. 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on, 2-1 Pippins, top 6. And with the way the results are going, the Pippins have a chance by the end of the night to be 2.5 games up in the division. Port Angeles trailing Wenatchee, and Cowlitz trailing Bellingham. Both teams a game and a half back. And it's early, but this is a league with 2 halves. Pitch. Fastball just outside 3-2, and if you can get yourself off to a good start, 7-1, you give yourself a ton of leeway for some struggles later in the half, or even later in the season. Full count, 2 outs. Base is clear. Here's the pitch. That one's poked foul off to the right. Stays 3-2. Pippins in the bottom of the 6th will look to extend this lead, and they'll send 8-9-1 to the plate. Gonzalez at the ready. Tall lefty, 6'3", 225. Another payoff. That one's hit back to the screen, and a nice at-bat here from Pettit, who is still yet to be retired today. Two-one Pippins lead, top of the 6th. Full count offering. That one's hit in the air, right field. Padilla over to his left, but that one lands past the picnic area, out of play. Again, 4 straight foul balls, and the 10th pitch of this at-bat coming up to Tyler Pettit. Gonzalez ready with another 3-2 offering to Tyler Pettit. The stocky right-handed hitting catcher. After A.J. Wood got the first out of this inning. Breaking ball hits softly off to the right, foul. And another pitch coming up in this at-bat. The 11th offering to Tyler Pettit from Jack Gonzalez, who was throwing a lot of strikes, but just trying to get this one to the bottom half. Pitch, outside, ball 4. What an at-bat. He walked him, and the tying run on first base with 2 outs for Ty Schindel. Pitch. Schindel takes a knee-high strike with a fastball, 0-1. 1 on, 2 down. Pippins leading 2-1, top 6. And Schindel has reached on an error and struck out swinging, 0-2. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Got him with a high fastball. Not a bad start here for Gonzalez. Go down and get worked for a 12-pitch walk, but fire back 2 straight strikes. Now another 0-2. Check swing and a breaking ball in the dirt. Runner takes off. Lutz throws down a second. Tag applied. Safe. Ball skipped on a hop. If not, he probably have him. And the ball didn't even really get that far away from Lutz. But a stolen base for Pettit, or they might not score that a stolen base. We'll see what the official scoring is. Still a 2-strike count on Schindel, 1-2. They do give him a stolen base, so the first of the year for Pettit. Still a 1-2 count on Schindel, tying run at second. 2 down here in a long 6th inning. One, 2. Curveball in the dirt, 2-2, and not a big lead for the runner at second, Pettit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the tying run at second. This game already at 2 hours in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. Yesterday's game, we were done after 2 hours and 8 minutes. A little bit lengthier tonight. Two. High and in, ball 3. Oh, man, a really good, promising start to an at-bat. And now he's missed with 3 in a row. None of them really close either, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at second base. 2-1 Pippins in the top of the 6th. The set from Gonzalez. Turns loose, the 3-2, fouled off to the left. They just do not want Jack Gonzalez off the hook right now. Another 3-2. Popped up, foul. And this long sixth inning continues. Another long at-bat with 2 outs against Jack Gonzalez. Started with a strikeout of Emilio Nogales by A.J. Wood, and then Matt Clayton walked, was caught stealing. Tyler Pettit drew a 12-pitch walk, and now an 8-pitch at-bat to Ty Schindel with 2 down. Pippins lead 2-1, top 6. Three-two. Curveball, called strike 3 at the belt. Heck of a pitch by Jack Gonzalez, and the Pippins work out of a jam. Runner left at second with 2 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th in a 2-1 game. Pippins leading on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
Justin Lutz leads off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Pippins in a 2-1 game, 8-9-1 against right-hander Joseph Brandon. Georgia native deals and misses high and away, 1-0. Jack Gonzalez had to really labor through the 2 batters he faced in the top half, but got out of it with no runs coming across to score as Lutz swings right through a changeup, 1-1. Tanner Parker to follow, then Tyler Pittman. The 6th inning brought to you by the Yakima Herald-Republic and yakimaherald.com. The 1-1. That one's hit down the left field line foul, 1-2. Your best sources for local sports news, entertainment, and lifestyle information from across Central Washington. Call 575-7755 to subscribe to a print or digital package. The Yakima Herald-Republic, they tell your stories. 1-2, just below the knees with a fastball, 2-2 from Brandon. No action in the HarbourCats or the Pippins bullpen. So this is Joseph Brandon's 6th inning. His 2-2 to Lutz is hit softly back up the middle. The shortstop Paro ranges over to his left. 2 steps to the left of the second base bag. He throws on to first and throws out Lutz to start the home half of the 6th. Here's Tanner Parker with 1 down. Here's the first pitch to the left-hand batter. He swings right over a fastball 0-1. Doubled in his first at-bat off the base of the wall and right, then reached on a fielder's choice last time up. Here's the 0-1. What the heck? He like half threw, then time was called, and Brandon just threw a soft toss, almost like he was throwing wiffle ball. And they're not going to count the pitch, but a late time call, and that was unusual. 0-1 to Parker. Pitch is line into the gap in left center. Base hit for Parker, his second of the day. And he continues to swing a hot bat as he reaches with a one-out single. Now Tyler Pittman hits. He has walked twice today and driven in a run. And that pitch is lined right back to the mound. Brandon Snaggs throws on a first, double play. Well, the Pippins had one earlier. So time for the HarbourCats to have one of their own. A double play ends the inning, and at the end of 6, still 2-1 Yakima Valley on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
Throughout the Orchard.
Tailgaters Bar and Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
We go to the 7th inning with the Pippins leading the Victoria HarbourCats 2-1. Score has been unchanged since the bottom of the 4th, and now 9-1-2 to face Jack Gonzalez for the Pippins. Starting with Trevor Parro, who was 0 for 1. And he bunts down the third base line. Long bunt. Pittman picks it up. Sorry, the third baseman Bramwell picks it up, but it's an infield single for Trevor Parro. And he reaches a tying run here in the top of the 7th against Jack Gonzalez. It has not been a good night offensively for anybody. So a bunt single, not a bad way to get on. And Parro with good speed reaches for the top of the order and Parker Bramlett. He is 1 for 3 today, has grounded out each of his last 2 trips. Pippins could use a ground ball here. 2-1, Yakima Valley top 7. Look at the first and the pitch from Gonzalez. Fastball up high, 1-0. Jack had to really labor through that 6th. 2 long at-bats, of which he got outs both time, but took him a lot of pitches to retire Tyler Pettit and Ty Schindel after coming on with 1 on, 1 out. Throw to first. Nearly got him picked off. The throw, the tag, too late. Oh, that was close. But he just got underneath the tag from Cipriano. On the out-of-town scoreboard, still things looking good for the Pippins. Wenatchee 5, Port Angeles 2 in the 7th. Cowlitz 6, Bellingham 5 in the bottom of the 8th. Also, Ridgefield still leading Portland in the 7th. Now they got him picked off. A throw to first. He's caught in a rundown. Throw down to second. Cobb applies the tag. He is out. Pick off by Jack Gonzalez. 1 away. Took him a couple moves, but they do get Parro, and the bunt single goes for naught. So 1 on, 1 out. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the 7th. Pippins lead 2-1, and now a 1-0 count to Parker Bramlett. And that pitch is lined to right. Padilla comes on, reaches down, and it can't make the grab. It gets right past him and into right field. He's going to go for second, throw down to second, tag applied, not in time. So an error by the right fielder, Christian Padilla, and suddenly that caught stealing becomes really, really, really crucial because otherwise it's a tying game, but now the tying run again at second with 1 out for Nick Playa, who had a single in his last at-bat. Oh, it's an E9 on Christian Padilla. Second error of the day by the Pippins. And it brings up Nick Playa. 1 on, 1 out. Base hit will tie this game at 2. Left on right. Playa open stance. Here's a look to second. And the delivery from Gonzalez. Fastball misses too high, 1-0. Griffin Paxton waits on deck, a left-handed batter. And heads-up base running. Really, really well done by Playa Bramlett, because if he doesn't do that, may have just been held up with 1. Pitch, big hack, fouled back and off to the right, 1-1. And everything changes with a man at second, 1 out, and a man at first, 1 out. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Pippins. 1 run, 6 hits for Victoria. An error for the HarbourCats, 2 for the Pippins. Look to second, where Parker, keeping Bramlett close to the bag. The pitch, fouled high in the air, off to the right. And it's a 2-strike count now on Playa, 1-2. Gonzalez got that curveball working on a backwards K to end the 6th. We'll see if he goes with it here. Hasn't thrown it in this inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tying run at second in a 2-1 game. Pippins leading top 7. Here's the pitch. Curveball in the dirt, and it rolls away from Lutz, but not enough to move Bramlett up from second, 2-2. And Lutz is lucky because he lost that, but didn't make it clear initially that he lost it. Turner to look to second, nothing doing. Here's the 2-2. Curveball in the dirt again, 3-2, and man, things are really getting dicey here. Full count, 1 out, tying run at second. Here's a 3-2. That one's lifted in the air to deep center. Schwartz going back towards the warning track, makes the catch on the track. That's going to be more than deep enough to move Bramlett to third. But a big out number 2 as Playa lifted one deep to center that gets out at some parks. But not here, 2 away, and Griffin Paxton coming to the plate. Tying run 90 feet away. 2-1 Pippins, top of the 7th. Left-handed batter to face Jack Gonzalez as home plate umpire wipes off the plate. This is a huge at-bat here. Pitch. Curveball, just below the knees, ball 1. Good pitch from Gonzalez, but just missed, and it's 1-0. Bramlett off of third with 2 down. He's the tying run in a 2-1 game. Top of the 7th, the pitch. There's a curveball, lifted to left center. Should be playable for Pittman. Over to his left, ambles in, makes the catch. And the Pippins get out of another jam. 1 runner left on for Victoria after a hit and an error. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time with the Pippins leading 2-1 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Join our Yakima YMCA.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
First pitch of the bottom of the 7th to Owen Cobb is bunted towards the mound. Joseph Brandon picks it up, though, and tosses on to first. And Cobb is retired. He is now 1 for 4 on the night. Pippins leading by a score of 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th, and Daniel Cipriano will hit. It has been another low-scoring game, becoming the norm and not anything else for the Pippins. Joseph Brandon still on the mound, has done a good job out of the bullpen for Victoria. He delivers, and Cipriano takes a slider away, 1-0. Well, Cipriano's probably the best chance the Pippins have at getting a home run in this homestand. 1-0, chop foul, 1-1. They haven't hit one. They've only hit 2 this year. Both came in Ridgefield. Cipriano hit 1, and that would have gotten out at this ballpark as well. Ridgefield certainly a launching pad, however. Here's the 1-1. That one's dribbled softly off to the left, 1-2. Luca Green, our right-hander, is throwing in the bullpen right now for Victoria, with Joseph Brandon up over 30 pitches with that last offering. 2 2/3 scoreless innings out of the pen for the right-hander. Now is 1-2. Cipriano, it's a high drive to left. Schindel back, still backing up, and he makes the catch a few steps shy of the warning track. That one looked better off the bat than it ended up being, and there's 2 away. Brings up Henry Gargas, who's 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter. The base is empty, 2 away. Pippins lead 2-1, bottom 7. No runs since the 4th, when the Pippins got an RBI walk from Tyler Pittman to give him a 2-1 lead. Right-hander's pitch. Taken at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Some action now in the Pippins bullpen. It's appears to be right-hander Nick Brown, the 0-1. That one's lifted down the left field line, but curling well foul. Right field line, I should clarify. It is right Nick Brown. The right-hander would make his 3rd appearance of the season if he does indeed come in. 0-2 to Gargas, nobody on, 2 down. Pippins leading by a run in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Brandon. That one's hit off the hands, down the left field line. This one lands fair! In left field, Henry Gargas hustling around first, but he'll hold up there with a soft opposite field single and a 2-out base runner for the Pippins. Spencer Bramwell coming to the plate. Had his first Pippins hit his last time up in the 5th. Single into left center. Decent speed at first with Gargas. 2-1 Pippins lead, bottom 7. Right-hander delivers. Bramwell takes up high with a fastball, 1-0. Christian Padilla on deck if the inning should continue. 2-1 Pippins lead. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Gargas takes off the pitch. Taken down low, no throw from the catcher Pettit. Henry Gargas with his first stolen base of the summer. And he's in scoring position now. Would be a crucial insurance run for the Pippins. 2-1 the score. Bottom of the 7th. Man at second, 2 down. Scores continue to look good around the league. Cowlitz trying to close out a win over Bellingham in the bottom of the 9th, leading 6-5. Pitch to Bramwell. Fouled off to the right, 2-1. Bellingham has the bottom of their order up in the bottom of the ninth. And now 1 out. And Wenatchee leading Port Angeles 5-2 in the 8th. 2-1 our score here in Yakima. Righty gives a couple looks to Gargas at second. Not taking a very big lead. Now the 2-1 to Bramwell. Curveball, inside and low, 3-1. Yeah, the Bellingham Bells down to their last 2 outs. Against Cowlitz. 3-1 pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line, high and deep but foul. 3-2. Spencer Bramwell with a walk, a single, and a strikeout. He has been on all sides of the spectrum today in his first game as a Pippin. His teammate from Colorado Mesa, Jared Butler, also in uniform for the first time tonight. May get an appearance out of the bullpen, but maybe not with the way this score is. 3-2, hit the opposite way, through the 3-4 hole and into right field. Gargas gets the wave around third. Butler comes up throwing from right. Throw on 2 hops, offline, Gargas scores, and it's 3-1 Pippins. Bramwell heads for second, and the throw is offline again at second. It's an RBI single, and it's 3-1. Welcome to the team, Spencer Bramwell. Have a game, his second hit, his first Pippins RBI. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up Christian Padilla and a man in scoring position. (3-1) Yakima Valley, extending this slight lead here in the 7th against Joseph Brandon, another right-handed batter here. Padilla, who singled his last time. Luca Green continuing to toss in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Line drive, up the middle, picked up off the ground, though, by Bramlett. He throws on to first, and it's a 4-3 put out to end the inning. But Spencer Bramwell with a single to drive in a run, and the Pippins add another. We go to the 8th with the Pippins on top. 3-1 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
3-1 Pippins as we go to the 8th. Left-hander Jack Gonzalez still back out on the mound. He'll face Joe Butler, 4, 5, 6 of the order for Victoria in a now 2-run game as he misses down and away ball 1. Right-hander Nick Brown still loosening in the Pippins bullpen. RBI single from the new guy, Spencer Bramwell, through the right side to extend the Pippins lead from a slim 1 to a slightly more comfortable 2. The 1-0 pitch. Butler with a hack and a miss at a fastball down, 1-1, and good news in from Bellingham. Our locale the next 3 days, the Bells have fallen to the Cowlitz Black Bears 6-5, so as of now they fall to 2 games back in the North Division, and with the Pippins win, it'll be 2.5. 1-1 pitch. Butler hits this hard, but well foul off to the right, 1-2. And if the score holds in Wenatchee, in the 8th inning, it's Wenatchee 5, Port Angeles 2. That'll put the Pippins 2.5 games ahead of everybody in the North Division. 8 games into the season. That is not an insignificant margin. 1-2 from Gonzalez. Breaking ball, check swing in the dirt, 2-2. Emilio Nogales and Matt Clayton will follow in this inning for Victoria, who are looking to avoid falling to 3-5. They would fall to 4 games back of the Pippins, but still ahead of Wenatchee and Kelowna. 2-2. Hit hard, again off to the right, well foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it was 2-out action for the Pippins in the bottom of the 7th. A single the opposite way from Gargas, softly hit. Then he stole a base that ended up being pretty meaningful. There was no throw attempted by Tyler Pettit, the Victoria catcher. 2-2. Curveball hits softly left side. Cobb over to his right, makes the glove side snag, throws on a first in time, out number 1. That brings up Emilio Nogales, who's 0 for 3. Nogales, a left-handed hitter against Gonzalez. First time he's faced him, and now the 9th batter faced by Gonzalez with Nick Brown throwing into Pippin's pen. Here's the pitch. Curveball inside, 1-0. Pippins lead 3-1, top of the 8th. 3 runs on 9 hits. Victoria a run on 6 hits, both teams with a couple of errors tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Another curveball, this one hit first base side, where Gargas, the first baseman, takes it himself. Deep in the hole, he runs to first and gets the out. 2 away here in the 8th. And a reminder that the 8th inning is brought to you by Shirtworks in Ellensburg, the official provider of apparel for the Yakima Valley Pippins, and presents tonight's 8th inning. From practice gear to everyday athletic apparel and silk screening to embroidery, Shirtworks is the go-to vendor for all your sports apparel needs. Give Shirtworks a call at 509-925-3469 or visit them at 100 West University Way in Ellensburg. Matt Clayton has walked twice and singled in 3 trips, and he bats here from the right side with the bases empty. 2 away, and the Pippins on top by 2 in the top of the 8th. The first pitch skips in the dirt, down and in, 1-0. Again, these 2 teams will meet again a week from today here in Yakima, and then not again until late July in Victoria at Royal Athletic Park, which introduced something pretty cool a couple of days ago for this season. They actually have a zip line at the field. And yes, like one of those zip lines you'd find in Costa Rica or something like that. 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to try it, but I kind of think it'd be an intriguing way to catch a baseball game from beyond left field, sliding across a zip line. 2-0. Down and in, 3-0, and he has not really missed close with any of those pitches. I'm kind of curious to see how many people are doing that per game. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Pippins lead 3-1, top of the 8th. You don't really have a place to put a zip line in here, unless you wanted to be extremely unsafe and hung a zip line from one light pole to the other, but that would be a bad idea. 3-0. Fastball up high, ball 4, he lost him. And a 2-out walk brings the tying run to the plate, which is a lot different than it's been the last few innings when the tying run would be on base. And we'll see if Jack Gonzalez gets a chance to face right-handed hitting Tyler Pettit, who has also not been retired today, with right-hander Nick Brown really getting loose in the bullpen. But no mound visit is imminent, so it'll be Jack Gonzalez's 8th to finish, and Nick Brown may be entrusted to get the save in the 9th. Mark Finklenberg started this game, 3 1/3 innings, 1 unearned run on 4 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Then A.J. Wood, 2 innings of relief, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. First pitch to Pettit, Gonzalez deals. Hit back foul to the backstop, 0-1. Gonzalez now 2 1/3 innings of shutout relief, 2 walks and a strikeout, and he's allowed 1 hit. So the Pippins have walked more batters than they've struck out today, but the balls in play have been a lot of weak on-the-ground contact, just like it was last night for Victoria. Here's the 0-1. Fastball up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6:35 first pitch tomorrow from Bellingham, pregame at 6:20. No video streaming from our end. It'll be audio only at pippinsbaseball.com/live. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then back in town to start a 7-game homestand on Monday. 1-1. Fastball up high, 2-1. Hope you can all come out. Decent crowd tonight, but we could use more. Starting Monday, 6:35 against Kelowna. Tickets available, pippinsbaseball.com. 3 games against Kelowna, 1 against these HarbourCats, 3 against Corvallis, before the Pippins hit the road for 9 of their next 12 after that. So you're going to want to come catch them play. Throw on to first, and they dive in a safe Matt Clayton. Again, final score from Bellingham. The Bells fall to the Cowlitz Black Bears 6-5. And Wenatchee now 8-2 over Port Angeles. So barring a collapse, the Pippins could be 2.5 games ahead of the rest of the North Division at the end of tonight. Here's the pitch. Fastball up high, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, man on first. 3-1 Pippins, top of the 8th. Gonzalez looking to avoid his 3rd walk of the evening. Pitch. Popped up, shallow right. Padilla over to his left, now charges in. They don't know where the ball is. It's lost in the lights, and Parker can't make the play. But thankfully, the runner Clayton didn't get a great jump, so he's going to hold it 3rd. Padilla lost it in the lights. Tanner Parker, the second baseman, went out, and he was close to the ball, way closer than he really should have been, but couldn't get there, and we'll see if they score that in E9 on Christian Padilla. Either way, it'll bring up Ty Schindel, or perhaps not. Yeah, it's going to be a pinch hitter for the HarbourCats. And now a visit to the mound from Marcus McKimmey, and as Frankie Neiman pinch hits for Ty Schindel, it looks like Jack Gonzalez is not going to get a chance to face him, and he won't. Marcus McKimmey takes the ball. Nick Brown coming in. We'll take a break here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
New pitcher for the Pippins in a key spot. Top of the 8th, 2 outs. The tying run at first base. The go-ahead run, the pinch hitter Frankie Neiman coming to the plate here for the HarbourCats. And a new pitcher for the Pippins in the right-hander, Nick Brown, making his 3rd appearance of the season. He is 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA. 4 2/3 innings of work, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. Opponents hitting .071 against the right-hander out of Catoosa, Oklahoma. Goes to Pittsburgh State University, and he's looking for the 4-out save. And first he'll face Frankie Neiman, the best hitter on this HarbourCats team, a catcher who got the day off from behind the plate and from the lineup period to rest his knees, but he replaces the 0-for-3 Ty Schindel. And it seems like the Pippins were probably going to replace Jack Gonzalez regardless of the hitter after that single that should have been caught, lost in the lights, but now with a good right-handed batter coming to the plate, no doubt the choice goes to Nick Brown, and Neiman is a catcher, so unless he can play left field, the HarbourCats will have to make an offensive substitution, a defensive substitution in the 8th. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Throw to first, and back in safely with a dive is Pettit. Pettit at first, Clayton at 3rd, a walk and a single that was lost in the lights. 3-1 Pippins lead, top of the 8th. Neiman yesterday 1-for-3 with a double and a walk. He's hitting .464 on the year. Brown delivers the pitch. And a breaking ball on the inside corner for strike one. There was a chance that didn't get called a strike because Lutz didn't hold on to the ball and was set up outside on a pitch that was inside, but good call by the home plate umpire, Sherman. And the count's 0-1. Brown with a fastball, a slider, and a changeup. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded first base side. Gargas didn't go over to grab it. Instead, Tanner Parker had to get there, but it goes into right field for a base hit. A run comes in to score. All the runners trade places. For some reason, Gargas, on a ball hit to the right side, did not jump off of first to get the ball when he had a shot at it. And now it's 3-2. The run comes in. The runners are still on the corners for Trevor Parro. And that ball lost in the lights is going to come back to really hurt the Pippins here. RBI single for Frankie Neiman off the bench. It's a one-run game. And it's not going to be Trevor Parro. It appears a pinch hitter is going to come up for the HarbourCats. Todd Haney shouts to the home plate umpire who his pinch hitter is going to be, and it's not going to be Trevor Parro that hits. RBI single for Neiman. And the man to grab a bat, Harrison Spawn, it appears, who was the starting shortstop yesterday and went 0 for 4. So he replaces Parro here in the 8th. Neiman, the pinch hitter a batter ago, was able to drive in a run. Go-ahead run at first, tying run at third for the HarbourCats. Run charge to Jack Gonzalez. He's also responsible for the man at third. First pitch to Spawn, right-hand batter. Slider for a strike at the belt, 0-1. Pippins lead 3-2. Runners on the corners with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Spawn from Nick Brown. Up high with a slider, 1-1. Henry Gargas, for some reason, did not go over to his right to feel the ball hit to the right side a batter ago that he had a chance at for sure. Tanner Parker at second was too deep in the second base hole to get there. Pettit at third, the tying run. Neiman at first, the go-ahead run. 3-2 the score. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside, 2-1. Pippins will have 7, 8, 9 up in the bottom of the 8th to add some insurance. Or worst case scenario, trying to get this out of a tie score. 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Hard fastball on the outside edge, and the count is even. Certainly don't want an extra inning game with travel on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners in a one-run game. Here's the pitch. Fastball down low, 3-2. Oh boy, things are getting interesting here. Neiman at first, Pettit at third, Spawn at the plate, full count, 2 outs. 3-2 in the top of the 8th. It's been a fun homestand, and intense games like this have been at the plentiful. Neiman takes off from first, full count pitch. Popped up, foul territory, could be playable for Lutz. Catcher runs for it, and it lands off the screen, and he can't make the grab. That was going to be really tough for Lutz. He made a long run, and it landed off of the screen on the first base side. And Lutz is upset with himself, but that was a tough play to make. Tosses the mask back on. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs. Neiman will be off from first. 3-2 Pippins lead, top 8. Brown looks to first, sets. Another payoff pitch. Swing and a foul back to the backstop. It got away. A drop third strike. Runner comes home. Lutz throws to first. He is safe, and the game is tied at 3. Apparently, no part of Spawn's bat hit that ball, so it's a drop third strike. Got all the way to the backstop, and the game is tied at 3 in the bottom of the 8th. And it'll bring up Parker Bramlett with a go-ahead run at third in the form of Frankie Neiman. First strikeout for Brown. But the game is now tied on the drop third strike. Both runs charged to Jack Gonzalez. Bramlett, the right-handed hitter, 1 for 4 tonight. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one, 0-1. So the final line on Gonzalez, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Throw to first, tag applied, back in safely is the runner Spawn. Reaches on a dropped third strike. And Lutz, give him a heck of credit. That throw was very close for all the way from the backstop. 0-1. Up high. That one gets to the backstop, but it bounces back to Lutz, so he throws back to the pitcher, Brown. Neiman can't advance from third. Spawn gets to second, but that's essentially meaningless at this point on a wild, wild pitch. 3-3 our score, top of the 8th. 2 runs for Victoria in this inning have tied it. Although it looks like the Pippins, no matter what, will keep their division lead at least a game and a half, with Port Angeles on the losing end in Wenatchee. 1-1 pitch. Fastball for a strike. Upper inside corner, moved Bramlett out of the way, but it was a strike, 1-2. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position in a 3-3 game in the 8th. Nick Brown's done a decent enough job, but he's got to get out of this with the score tied. 1-2 pitch. Line drive, right field. Padilla comes on, drops in for a base hit. Neiman in from third, petted around third, throw on one hop, tag applied. Safe! Oh my! He looked out by a mile, but the call is safe. And Marcus McKimmey wants a word with a home plate umpire, Bernard Sherman, as it's now a 5-3 game on a 2-run single from Parker Bramlett. McKimmey is absolutely furious. At least 1 run is in for sure to make it 4-3. From this angle, which is about as good as it can get, it looked like he was clearly out. And Lutz and Brown are both frustrated too. It was an excellent throw from Padilla and right. McKimmey is furious, and Sherman was set up in the lefty batter's box, so he didn't really have the greatest angle on that throw. Sure looked like he was out, but the call was that he's safe, and that'll move it to a 5-3 HarbourCats lead. Neiman came in from third. No matter what the result of this is, he scores for sure. Bramlett with a 2-run single. He'll get to first base. McKimmey is furious, but Bernard Sherman just shakes his head. And it does count as a 2-run single. So 2 RBIs for Parker Bramlett. 2 runs come in to score, and Victoria takes a 5-3 lead in the top of the 8th. Both runs charged to Nick Brown, earned. Or only 1 is earned because of the drop third strike. So it'll bring up Nick Playa, who is 1 for 4. First pitch, runner takes off. That one's inside, and Lutz lost the handle on it. So Playa steals Bramlett steals second. 1-0 count on Playa. And now Rob Hippie's got to get someone up in the bullpen, something I'm assuming he did not want to do. 1-0 pitch from the right-hander. Breaking ball for a strike, 1-1. And now, first time this season the Pippins have given up more than 3 runs in a game. It was going to happen eventually. Just unfortunate that it had to happen in a game where they had given up 1 run in the first 7. Turner will look to second, but no throw. One pitch. Breaking ball hammered right towards third, snagged by Bramwell for the 3rd out. He leaped and made the play, and the inning comes to a close. 4 runs, though, on 3 hits, an error, and a man left for Victoria in the top of the 8th, and they take the lead 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong.
right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
All-season traction tire ever, or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
New pitcher for the HarbourCats as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the right-hander Luca Green, a rising senior at Pomona Pitzer College in California. Makes his 3rd appearance of the season for Victoria. He is 0-1, has not allowed an earned run on the season. 3 innings of work, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and opponents hitting .083 off of him. 6'1", 195 out of Austin, Texas. Gave up an unearned run last Friday against Corvallis to take the loss. Harrison Spawn is the new shortstop. Nate Pacoda into the game in left field for Victoria, replacing Frankie Neiman. First pitch to Luke Schwartz. Hit in the air, high down the first base line, foul territory. Nogales gives chase. That one lands out of play, foul. Schwartz, Lutz, and Parker to lead it off for the Pippins after Victoria takes the lead with 4 runs in the top of the 8th to make it 5-3. 9 hits for each team, 2 errors for each team. Green readies and delivers to Schwartz, who swings and misses at a curveball, and it's 0-2. A right-hander warming in the Pippins bullpen. We may need a bottom of the 9th. Pitch. Little dribbler back out in front of the plate, but luckily for Schwartz, foul. Looks like right-hander Ty Pullman starting to toss. And 0-2 coming to Schwartz. Strike 3 called outside corner with a fastball. First strikeout for Green, 1 away as the Victoria dugout gets a little rowdy. Hey, hard to be disappointed even if the Pippins drop this with a 4-1 homestand and a 6-2 start to the season. And with both Wenatchee beating Port Angeles and Cowlitz beating Bellingham, the Pippins are going to keep this 1.5 game lead on the division. Waiting on a ball in the outfield to be picked up from the bullpen. Left-handed batting Justin Lutz digs in. He is without a hit today, 0-4-2. First pitch from Green. Taken on the outside corner, missed for a ball. 1-0 to Lutz, who is walked, flied out, and bounced out today in 3 trips. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. Victoria's got the right-hander Matt Amrine tossing in the bullpen. He's their de facto closer, and he may be asked to come in the 9th in a save situation. 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. That's the nice thing about playing at home. If your bullpen's going to give up the lead late, at least you have a chance to walk it off. Much better than doing it on the road, where your chances at this point may be, hey, turn around and 3 more chances, then you're done. 2-1 outside, 3-1. The tying run's on deck. Tanner Parker, who has hit the ball as well as anybody in this Pippins lineup as of late. 5-3 Pippins trail, bottom of the 8th. Unfamiliar territories. Pitch at the knees, strike 2. Sherman looked like he was about to go ring him up, strike 3, then remembered there were only 1 strike, and it's now 3-2. 1 out, base is empty. 5-3 Pippins trail. Pitch. Fouled back, off the top of the screen, 3-2. Here's the set. Payoff. Fouled back on a pitch that was going to be ball 4. Stays 3-2. Lutz keeping himself alive here. Pippins trailing after a 4-run top of the 8th for Victoria. And there is a final from Wenatchee. 8-3 Wenatchee beats Port Angeles. So even with the loss, the Pippins don't lose any ground on the division tonight. Breaking ball hit first base side, picked up by the second baseman Bramlett. He goes the short way to first in time, and that's the second out of the bottom of the 8th. Tanner Parker now hits. 2 for 3 today with 2 hard hit base knocks. Left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher with the Pippins down 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the delivery. And that one's grounded right back to the mound where Green snags, jogs to his left, underhands on to first, and the inning comes to a close. 1-2-3 inning for Luca Green in the 8th. We go to the 9th inning. Pippins trail 5-3 on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
Ty Pullman takes over for the Pippins as we go to the 9th inning with Yakima Valley trailing Victoria by a score of 5-3. Pullman making his 3rd appearance of the season. He has not recorded a decision in an ERA of 1.92, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks over 4 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting .250 off of the right-hander who replaces Nick Brown, who allowed an earned run and an unearned run in a 1/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 hits and struck out 1 batter. Pullman last pitched Friday against Wenatchee, an earned run in 3 1/3 innings of relief. And he pitches to the left-handed hitting Griffin Paxton, who dribbles one down the first base line, 0-1. 5th pitcher of the night for the Pippins. The guy on the hook for the loss is Jack Gonzalez, 2 1/3 innings for the left-hander. Here's the 0-1. Fastball high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike from Pullman, a native of Arizona. So he's used to this sweltering heat we've been having these last couple of days. 6'4", 230 pounds. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded right side, right to Parker, who waits on it just in front of the outfield grass. Sidearm flings it to first for the first out. Well, the Pippins are going to need a rally in the bottom of the ninth, but they've got the personnel to do it with the top of the order. Pittman, Cobb, Cipriano, then Gargas and Bramwell due up. And worst case scenario, you end the homestand 4-1, 6-2 on the year, and head to Bellingham, still a game and a half up in the division. Pullman, the right-hander, faces Joe Butler, who's 0 for 4. Pitch to Butler. Fastball up and away, 1-0. Butler has grounded out 3 times and struck out once. Emilio Nogales, who's also 0 for 4, waiting on deck. Both teams with 9 hits and 2 errors, but it's a 5-3 Victoria lead. There's a slider down and away, 2-0 from Pullman, who has turned into a real good bullpen piece for the Pippins. Two-0 pitch. Down and away with a slider, 3-0. Right-hander Matt Amrine, the closer for Victoria. 2 saves already this season. In the bullpen, having not pitched in a week. 3-0. Up high, ball 4, and a runner on with 1 out for Victoria in the ninth. Bring up Emilio Nogales, who's 0 for 4. That 4-run top of the 8th, if you look back at this game in the future, is probably what's going to come back and haunt the Pippins. Losing a ball in the lights, Christian Padilla, unfortunately. That should have ended the inning with the lead. There's the pitch. Taken up high, 1-0 by Nogales. And Pullman not hitting his spots right now. 5-3, Pippins trail, top of the ninth. In one of the longest games of the season, as we're approaching the 3-hour mark. Here's the 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. A lot of walks are to blame for that. 7 walks by Pippins pitching, 4 by Victoria pitching. Pippins have usually been pretty good at limiting those, but it all kind of broke out today. A 2-0 pitch. Time called but not granted, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Nogales wanted time, and it stepped out, and Ty Pullman just hurled in a fastball on the outside edge. And third base coach Jason Leone is irate. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, a man on first. Here's the pitch. Up high, 3-1. Bernard Sherman's not making any friends on either team tonight. He has heard it from both the Victoria coaches and the Pippins coaches. Pullman trying to avoid a second walk, 3-1. Fastball at the letters, strike 2. Nogales was ready to walk down to first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. 5-3 Pippins lead, top of the ninth. Runner takes off the pitch. Line to center. Playable for Schwartz. He comes on, makes the catch, throws back to first. They might have a chance at 2, and the throw's a little high, and he's safe. Pretty good throw by Schwartz, though. Now brings up Matt Clayton, who has reached all 4 times, 3 walks and a single. Pippins trail 5-3, top of the ninth. And they will head into the bottom of the ninth the first time in this homestand. They have not played a bottom of the ninth so far this season. The set and the first pitch. Clayton takes up high for ball 1. All Pullman's got to do is toss up a 0 here and get this to the bottom of the ninth for the top of the order, presumably against the closer, Matt Amrine, for Victoria. Throw down to first, and he's back in there safely. Pippins back in action tomorrow against Bellingham. Left-hander Cameron Liss will make his first start of the season. The Bells have not announced starters for the series. Throw to first again. Back in safely is Butler. Pippins will start Darius Garcia on Saturday. And then left-hander Dylan Barkley on Sunday. 1-0. Fastball at the knees, 1-1. Pippins trail 5-3 in the ninth. Was a real good start, but has been kind of a crawl to the finish line. Quick throw to first, tag applied, he is safe. But a pretty good throw by Pullman. You couldn't ask for a part of the order you'd want more in the ninth. You get the top of the order. Well, has not had a great day, but has hit well all season. Runner takes off, pitches outside, throw down a second, tag applied, he's safe. Another stolen base for the HarbourCats. They love to run. And Butler steals second, gets into scoring position, and now a 2-1 count on Matt Clayton, who again has not been retired tonight. And apparently they called that a strike, so it's 1-2 on Matt Clayton. Could have sworn it was called a ball. 1-2. Check swing and a fastball up high. Now it's 2-2. Butler at second, 2 down. Pippins trail 5-3 in the ninth. As closer Matt Amrine continues to warm for Victoria. 2-2. Breaking ball, down and away, ball 3. Pullman was jogging off the rubber thinking he had strike 3 called. Did not get the call. Pippins down by 2 in the top of the ninth. Could be an exciting bottom of the ninth, folks. At the top of the order against Matt Amrine, the closer, who does have some command issues. 3-2. 2 down, a man at second. Up high, ball 4, he walked it. And the 4th walk from Matt Clayton today. Barely taking the bat off his shoulders, hasn't mattered. Going to bring up a guy who's also reached 4 times today, Tyler Pettit. Or they've subbed out Tyler Pettit, put Nate Pacoda in his spot, and put Frankie Neiman behind the plate. So it's Nate Pacoda that bats. First pitch to the right-hand hitter. Up and in, 1-0. First at bat for Pacoda, who did start yesterday's game and was 0 for 4. Bats with 2 on, 2 out. Pippins down 2 in the ninth. Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 with 2 on, 2 out. Pippins down 2 in the ninth. Turning a look to second and a dive back in by the runner Butler. HarbourCats getting into it. They get a chance to head onto their next road stop, Kelowna. They'll take on the Falcons in a 3-game weekend series. Pullman with the 1-1. Breaking ball on the inside corner, strike 2. Best pitch he's thrown tonight. Great offering from Ty Pullman. Tyson Hayes, a pinch hitter, is on deck. Here's the pitch. Both runners take off. Grounded left side. Cobb, the shortstop, takes it. Throws on to first, and the inning comes to a close. HarbourCats strand a couple. Bottom of the ninth on the way. Pippins needs some runs. Down 5-3 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Pippins need some runs, down 5-3, trying to avoid their first home loss of the season, and they'll face the closer for the Victoria HarbourCats, Harrison Spawn, a right-hander out of Upland, California. Rising senior at California Baptist. 2 appearances this season, 3 strikeouts over 2 innings. Did not walk a batter. Opponents hitting 143 off of him. A couple of saves last on Thursday, a week ago against Wenatchee. And again, a few defensive changes for the HarbourCats, with Tyson Hayes taking over behind the plate. Harrison Spawn is the shortstop. Nate Pacoda in left field. 5-3, Victoria leads in the ninth. Tyler Pittman to lead it off. He is without a hit today, but he has walked twice and lined out and grounded out. And the right-handed batter from Pittsburgh State digs in against the right-handed pitcher. Third baseman in, and the side armor misses down and away with a slider, 1-0. First submariner we've seen this season against the Pippins, who can be really tough to pick up if you're not used to them. But a lot of them throw sidearm for a reason. 1-0. That's inside and hits Pittman on his shoulder. So there it is. The tying run's going to come to the plate in the bottom of the ninth. Owen Cobb. Nobody out, and the speedy Pittman at first after a hit by pitch, although hard to imagine he'll be running when you need 2 runs and an out is so valuable. Amrine drilled him with a fastball, nowhere close. Now he gets Cobb, who singled in the first, no hits since. Slight lead off of first for Pittman, held on by Nogales. First pitch. That one taken at the knees for strike 1. Amrine with a fastball. 25 appearances for Cal Baptist this spring. 4-1 with a 3.43 ERA, 6 saves, 38 strikeouts, 20 walks, over 44 2/3. Opponents hit .254 off the side armor. His pitch. That one's hit in the air, high out to left, not very deep. Playable for Pacoda. Goes over to his left. He's called off by Playa, who makes the catch in center. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Cobb was trying to tie it up with a 2-run shot right there. Here's a guy that certainly could if he gets a hold of one. Daniel Cipriano. Big right-handed batter with big power, but he's just 1 for 4 tonight. And if you groove him one, this game will be tied. So Amrine does have to be careful. The best power on the team for the Pippins, and the second best is waiting on deck in Henry Gargas. Pittman off of first, 1 away, 5-3. Pippins trail bottom 9. Gonna try to get this ball on the ground, no doubt. And he misses down low with a slider, 1-0. And if you're a side armor, right-hander versus right-hander, this is a good opportunity for a double play. Now the base umpire, Mike Potetto, instructing a new ball to be thrown to the pitcher Amrine, who tosses the old one to the bat boy in the Pippins dugout on the third base side. 1 on, 1 out. Tying run at the plate in the form of big, powerful Daniel Cipriano. No homers in this homestand yet for the Pippins. The 1-0 pitch. Taken down low, 2-0. The crowd is kind of thinned out, but Still a good showing for what could be the first walk-off win of the season. If they're going to win tonight, it's got to be a walk-off. 2-0. Grounded softly to shortstop. Spawn flips to second for one, on to first, and that's a game-ending double play. The Pippins fall tonight to the Victoria HarbourCats by a score of 5-3. They played a valiant effort, but the bullpen kind of lost its stride towards the end. And the Pippins end their homestand with a record of 4-1 and will head to Bellingham, still a game and a half ahead of the North Division with a record of 6-2. Hard to be disappointed with a 4-1 homestand, but there were some things to take away from tonight's matchup. We'll recap those and get a full post-game report after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
Concession stands throughout the orchard.
Tailgaters Bar and Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Well, the Pippins dropped their first game at home in 2019, falling 5-3, to the Victoria HarbourCats. But they played hard for sure, and the bullpen just ultimately fell apart a little bit towards the end. The losing pitcher tonight is Nick Brown, a tough luck loss for the righty. The winning pitcher is Joseph Brandon, who was good out of the bullpen for the HarbourCats. As we take a look back at some of the key moments, the Pippins were really in control most of this, scoring early on in the first inning on an RBI single from Daniel Cipriano. Then they added to that lead in the fourth after falling behind with a walk from Tyler Pittman, and then in the seventh, things were looking good. Spencer Bramwell in his debut singles through the right side for the Pippins' third run of the game, and at that point, Yakima Valley was off to a 3-1 lead. Things were looking good. Then in the eighth, it got off to a good start, too. 2 quick outs. Joe Butler grounded out. Emilio Nogales grounded out against Jack Gonzalez, and then things started to fall apart. A 4-pitch walk to Matt Clayton, then Nate Pacoda, the pinch hitter, Tyler Pettit in that game, flied to right field, a ball that could have been caught, probably should have been caught, but was lost in the lights by Christian Padilla. It dropped in right field for a base hit. There were runners on the corners at that point, then a single from Frankie Neiman, a drop third strike that allowed Harrison Spawn to reach on a ball that was really close to being an out. Everything just kind of spiraled from there. Then Parker Bramlett added a 2-run single, and the game came to a close as the Pippins couldn't get anything going from that point forward. And then Daniel Cipriano in the bottom of the ninth had a chance to tie it up with a big hit, but instead he grounded into a 6-4-3 game-ending double play. And the Pippins lose for the first time at home in 2019, but they've got plenty of more opportunities. And ultimately, when you finish a 5-game homestand with a final record of 4-1 and are still a game and a half up, headed into a big divisional series, hard to be disappointed with how things went. As we take one last look at our lines from today's game, the starting pitcher for the Pippins was Mark Finklenberg, 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, an unearned run, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. A.J. Wood, 2 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Jack Gonzalez, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Nick Brown, 1/3 of an inning, struck out the only batter he recorded an out to, 2 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. And Ty Pullman, a scoreless inning with 2 walks in the ninth. As for Victoria, Dylan Larson got the start, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Joseph Brandon, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 1 strikeout. Luca Green, an inning of work with a strikeout, and Matt Amrine picked up the save with a scoreless ninth inning for Victoria. As for the Pippins, on the offensive side, Tyler Pittman was 0 for 2, Owen Cobb 1 for 5, Daniel Cipriano 1 for 5, Henry Gargas 1 for 4, Spencer Bramwell 2 for 3 with an RBI, Christian Padilla 1 for 4, Luke Schwartz 1 for 4, Justin Lutz 0 for 3, Tanner Parker was 2 for 4. As for Victoria, Parker Bramlett 2 for 5, 2 RBIs, Nick Playa 1 for 5, Griffin Paxton was 1 for 5, Joe Butler 0 for 4, Emilio Nogales 0 for 5, Matt Clayton 1 for 1 with 4 walks, Tyler Pettit 2 for 2, Nate Pacoda 0 for 1, Ty Schindel was 0 for 3, Frankie Neiman 1 for 1, Tyson Hayes did not have an at-bat but came in the game defensively, Trevor Parra 1 for 2, Harrison Spawn 0 for 1. So the Pippins fall here 5-3. The game was played in front of 829 fans, and the game took 3 hours and 11 minutes to complete. To end the homestand, thanks to all the fans that showed up on this 5-game homestand. We'll see you back at home on Monday to start a 7-game homestand. Finals around the WCL, Cal at 6, Bellingham 5, Wenatchee 8, Port Angeles 3. So the Pippins didn't lose any ground on the division. If you're going to lose, at least don't lose any ground, and that's exactly what happened tonight. And Portland tops Ridgefield 6-5 to avoid the sweep and hand Ridgefield their first loss since the Pippins beat them last Wednesday. Now we'll take a look at the scores around Major League Baseball. It was a full day of action on a Thursday, except for a couple teams that had the day off. In MLB, Cubs and Dodgers in the 9th inning in LA, 7-3 Los Angeles. Braves beat the Pirates 6-5. Twins beat the Mariners 10-5. Tough day for the M's as their bullpen gave up 9 runs in the last 3 innings. D-backs beat the Nats 5-0 in Washington. Blue Jays 12, Orioles 3 in Baltimore. Rangers fall to the Red Sox 7-3 despite getting out to a 6-1 lead. Angels beat the Rays 5-3 in Tampa. Royals beat the Tigers at TD Ameritrade Park in Omaha 7-3 ahead of tomorrow's College World Series. Yankees fall to the White Sox 5-4 in Chicago. Rockies beat the Padres 9-6 in Coors Field. And in the bottom of the 9th, the Mets and the Cardinals in New York were suspended due to rain. The score tied at 4. Pippins back at it tomorrow in Bellingham. The starting pitcher for the Pippins will be Cameron Liss, making his first start of the summer, and he will face a yet-to-be-named starter for the Bellingham Bells. First pitch is at 6:20 from Joe Martin Field, the former home of Ken Griffey Jr., amongst others, and pregame coverage at 6:20 with first pitch set for 6:35. We'll talk to you then. Thanks to everybody for tuning in through our audio stream or our video stream over the set of this 5-game homestand. We will not have video coverage of any of the 3 games in Bellingham. It will be audio only for all 3 of those games, with the first one starting tomorrow, 6:20, right here at pippinsbaseball.com/live. Hope you can join me then. This is Miles Klotz signing off after the Pippins fall tonight to Victoria by a final score of 5-3. Everybody, have a good rest of your Thursday night.